most interesting story in the world. Why a person becomes the person he becomes. Why a little boy or a little girl grows up to be the kind of person he or she becomes. Now, the estimates by the experts in this field are that most of us are using somewhere around 5% of our real potential. Some experts say as little as 1%. It means that we're only giving about 5% of ourselves to what we're doing, to our days, our work, our families, everyone we know, our entire environment. But it also means that we're only experiencing 5% of the fun, 5% of the joy, 5% of the rewards we could be knowing, or less. All the experts are agreed that in each of us, there are deep reservoirs of ability, even genius, that we habitually fail to use. Why? We know that most people desire by nature to succeed. But what is success? What is this word that has become so famous in the world? What does it mean? Most people don't know what success is all about. And since they don't know what it's about, they really don't know where to look for it. Success is really nothing more than the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. This means that any person who knows what he's doing and where he's going is a success. Any person with a goal toward which he's working is a successful person. This means that the boy in high school who's working toward a diploma, the boy in college toward a degree, is just as successful as any human being on earth, because he knows what he's doing, why he's getting up in the morning, and where he's going. But conversely, if a person doesn't know what he's working toward, what it is he wants, doesn't have a goal toward which he's working, then he must, at least by this definition, be called unsuccessful. Why isn't then, with this simple definition, why isn't everyone successful? Should be easy. Yet surveys indicate that 19 out of 20, 95% at least, are not. In fact, a survey one time asked thousands of working men why they got up in the morning and went to work, and 19 out of 20 didn't know. 19 out of 20 working people didn't have the foggiest notion of why they got up in the morning and went to work. Under closer questioning, they said, well, everybody works. Well, that would be a good reason to quit. In fact, here's a little rule of thumb you might want to remember. Whatever the great majority is doing under any given circumstance, if you do exactly the opposite, you'll probably never make another mistake as long as you live. Just something to keep in the back of your mind. The problem with most people is that they're playing the world's most unrewarding game, and the name of the game is follow the follower. There's a story about a small town in which there was a jewelry store, and like all jewelry stores, or most jewelry stores at least, he had a big clock in his window. And every morning for years, he'd noticed a working man stop, adjust his pocket watch to the same time as the clock in the window. He'd been doing this for many years, and one morning the jeweler was out in front sweeping the sidewalk, and so he asked the man, he said, tell me, why do you adjust your watch to my big clock every morning? I've noticed you're doing that for years. The man said, well, I'm the foreman down at the big plant. He said, I want to make sure my watch is correct because I blow the quitting whistle every night at 5 o'clock. The jeweler looked at him rather strangely for a minute, and he said, well, that's funny. He said, I've been setting that big clock in the window by that quitting whistle all these years. A very logical thing, but they could have been off 6 months. It was a case of a person just going along with what he thought to be correct without checking his references. So I want to suggest that from now on out, at least we do that we check our references and ask ourselves, are the people I'm following going where I want to go? Let me tell you the story of what we might call the average young man in our society. Now, from the time this boy is born, there's only one thing on earth he can do, and that's to begin to think, act, and talk like the people by whom he's surrounded. This is all in the world he can do. But right off the bat, the odds are 95 to 5 that he's thinking, acting, and talking like the wrong group. They're wonderful people. They love him. They'd do anything in the world for him. They want him to succeed. But the odds are 95 to 5 they haven't got the answers he needs if he's to reach fulfillment as a human being, if he's to reach this success that he wants, if he's to reach into these deep reservoirs of ability and genius we know he possesses and draw it out. Well, he starts in school. The most important thing to a little boy in school is to be liked by the other little boys in school. And so at this tender age, he begins to follow other little boys his same age who don't know any more than he knows and who do not necessarily have any capacity for leadership. And he does this in the first grade, and the second, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth, and the seventh, and the eighth, and year after year after year, he forms himself into a composite average of other little boys his age, trying to be like them, trying to do the only thing in the world that's impossible for a human being to do, which is to be like somebody else. Now, let's say he goes all the way through school, usually goes in the military service. Again, he's caught in a vice-like grip of conformity. Now, let's say he's 25 years old, out of school, out of service. What's he going to do? As a rule, he'll go back to his hometown, unless he's married, in which case he'll go to his wife's hometown. But let's say he goes back to his own hometown. He's single. He doesn't know quite what to do. He's standing on a corner one morning, and a friend that he knew in school comes up and says, "Hi there, Charlie, what are you doing?" He says, "Nothing." He said, "Why don't you come down and work where I work? It's a pretty good place. The pay's regular. We got all kinds of fringe benefits and so on." And so he does. The odds are about, again, 95 to 5, that his first job is taken as a result of random application. On the job, without thinking about it, the most natural thing in the world for him to do is to look around, see how the other guys are doing their job, and to begin doing his the same way, assuming that what is normal for them is normal for him. No reason for this. He doesn't think about it. He just does it. Now, he has stretching in front of him 50 years or more in the golden age that man has been dreaming of since the days of ancient Greece. What's he going to do with these 50 golden years? Well, let's take a close look at him. We know that he works 40 hours a week, as a rule. 40 hours a week, which leaves him 72 hours a week when he's neither working nor sleeping. 72 free, discretionary hours each week to do with as he pleases. Now, at this point, of course, he's married. He has his little house and his little car. And this is about what he does with his free 72 hours every week. He'll do what the other fellows are doing with their free 72 hours every week, which is virtually nothing at all. On a typical day, he'll quit right on the dot, get in his little car, go to his little house, go in his little kitchen, kiss his little wife, and say, "I'm tired." They've even figured out why he says that. The experts believe that he used to hear his father say that back when men used to get tired working during the day, and he picked it up and he repeats this every night when he gets home. He bolts his little meal and then heads for the living room where he turns on his escape box. Click. Takes 15 or 20 seconds for the screen to light up, a period of time he finds interminable, but he gets through it somehow. Maybe kicks the dog, thumbs through a magazine or something. But then the screen lights up and he does too a little bit, and there in front of him, he sees people in all kinds of funny old-time costumes, all killing each other at a great rate. One expert has agreed that the average family can see more death and bloodshed and carnage on his television set in a week than Crassus saw when he crucified 6,000 prisoners on the southern road to Rome. But you know how those experts are. He could certainly be off one or two. But he sits there for about 5.5 or 6 hours. 25% of all free time now is spent in front of the tube, according to the latest statistics. Now, there's nothing wrong with this particularly, except that he's watching other people who are earning excellent incomes in the pursuit of their careers, while he doesn't make a nickel. And gets the only two things you can get from watching TV on that kind of a schedule. He gets red eyes and a hollow head. Now, this is not meant to be an indictment of television. I've got a couple of television sets at home, too. I have a couple of cars at home, too, but I don't go home at night and drive around the block for 6 hours. If there's someplace I want to go, fine. My car will take me there. If there's a great program, like a golf match or something like that, I want to see it. But he sits there for 6.5 hours until finally his wife, who's a little more practical than he is, taps him on the shoulder and she says, "Charlie, I think it's about time you went to bed. You've got to get up in the morning, go to work." And he's okay, and he shuts it off. He knows how to do that. He just shuts it off and goes to bed. Next morning he gets up and he does this all over again. He does this every day for 40 years. At the end of 40 years, he's retired, which always kind of catches him by surprise. No one's ever figured that one out either. And then he dies at 85 or 90, the way medical science is moving us along, out of sheer boredom. Well, what's the problem? Is there a tragedy here? Not really, if that's the way Charlie wants to spend his life, our mythical, hypothetical young man. If he wants to spend his life that way, that's his business. He lives in a free society, can do anything with it he wants. But there's a terrible tragedy here if he's living that way because of the total lack of a decision. If he's living that way simply because he's still doing what he was doing in the first and second grade, and that's going along with the fellows up and down the block on the unspoken assumption that they know how to live, then there's a real tragedy there. Because they've never known how to live. Not in all the recorded history of mankind. He never finds out who he is. He never reaches into the deep depths of his abilities, his talents. He never learns that he can have just about anything he wants in the world, that he can call his own shots, tell his own fortune. And it's kind of a pity. Well, what's needed? Well, what's needed, I think, is a checklist, like an airplane pilot uses. I think that living successfully is as important as flying an airplane. And here are some of the things that I think should be on that checklist that could help this man live a more meaningful, more interesting, more exciting, more enjoyable life. The first thing that he ought to have on his checklist, in my opinion, is the word a goal. A man without a goal is like a ship without a rudder. He doesn't know where he's going. He then belongs to that 95% that is just living day by day, month after month, like a starfish or an amoeba. He needs to know where he's going. Back in the early days of navigation, sailors used to see a strange sight in the Antarctic. They'd see a giant iceberg towering high out of the sea, and it would be moving against the wind. The wind would be blowing this way. The great iceberg would be moving right into the teeth of the wind. And this, of course, frightened the sailors whose ships were powered by the wind, until it was discovered that, of course, only a fraction of the great berg was visible, and that its huge, ponderous roots were caught in the great currents of the ocean. And it was being borne purposely along its way, regardless of the winds and the tides on the surface. Well, this is what a man needs. He needs his roots deep in a great mainstream of his own choosing, and then he'll move along his way, regardless of the winds on the surface of his life or short-term expediency, and he'll get to where he's going. The second word on our checklist might be the word attitude. It's been called the most important word in any language in the world. because it's our attitude toward our world, toward all the people in it, that will determine the world's attitude and all the people's attitude toward us. It's a simple thing. Most of us know it, but we tend to forget it. People will react to us according to our attitude. And our attitude is the greatest gift we can be given. You know, the little creatures of the world were given a wonderful gift by Mother Nature called protective coloring, in which they can blend into their background without being seen. But man was not given this great gift, because man was given an incalculably greater one. Only man has the godlike power to make his surroundings change to fit him, because his environment will change as he changes. A man's environment is a merciless mirror of him as a human being. And if he thinks his environment can stand a little improvement, all he has to do is improve, and his environment will improve to reflect the changing man. Third would be the word think. To think, the highest function of which a human being is capable. It was put pretty well by the great Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright Archibald MacLeish in his great play, The Secret of Freedom, in which he has one of his characters say, "The only thing about a man that is a man is his mind. Everything else you can find in a pig or a horse." It's true. And so if we're going to develop something, this is a good place to start. To think deliberately and with a purpose. To spend a little time each day before a blank sheet of paper with our goal perhaps written at the top, and come up with some fresh, new, and exciting ideas. The next point on our checklist, you might call the law of laws. That's what Emerson called it, this great old law of cause and effect. That our rewards in life will always be in exact proportion to our contribution, to our service. We all know this, really. We tell our children in Sunday school that as ye sow, so shall ye reap, but we forget that that's true. If a man is unhappy with his rewards, all in the world he's got to do is find ways of increasing his contribution, his service. It's like the story of the preacher who was driving down a country road, and all of a sudden he came to the most magnificent farm he'd ever seen in his life. It was beautiful. And so he saw the farmer approaching the road on his tractor, and so he hailed him, and he said, "My good man," he said, "God has certainly blessed you with a magnificent farm." And the farmer thought for a moment, and he said, "Yes, you're right, he certainly has. But you should have seen this place when he had it all to himself." And the preacher had his sermon for the next Sunday. He realized that all the farmers up and down that road had been given the same land, but one man had made something great out of it. Well, all of us are given the same land. We're given a human life, and each of us can make something great out of it, too, if we want to. The next point might be simply the word truth. Since everything we do has an equal and opposite reaction, unless what we're doing is based on truth, we're building on sand, and it can't stand. The next point would be R&D, research and development. None of us would want to work for a company or invest our money in a company that didn't have a very viable research and development department. That is, pumping a good percentage of its profits back into research and development because its future depends on it. But so does a man's. And you might ask yourself, how much of your own take-home pay have you spent during the past year for materials calculated to make you smarter this year than you were a year before? Calculated to make you a little better, a little bigger as a human being, to perhaps love a little more and hate a little less and do a little better job than you did a year ago. How much money are you pumping back into yourself and your future? It's worth thinking about. And finally, the strangest secret. At the beginning, I said, what makes a child grow up into the human being he becomes? Well, this is the reason for that. Of course, he's the confluence of a genetic pool that goes back for thousands and thousands of years. His environment has an influence on him, of course. But what makes him become the person he becomes is that he becomes what he thinks about most of the time. It's as simple as that. We become what we think about most of the time. And that's the strangest secret. This is why thinking is so vital. This is why a goal is so important. Because we will become that. This is why people who set goals achieve them. The trouble with men is not in achieving their goals. They do that. It's in establishing them. Well, that's about it. I think it's good to remember that if we just go along with the crowd, we won't wind up with much more than the wish that we could do it all over again, and as far as we know, you can't. If we want to amount to anything as individuals, we need individual goals, individual thinking, individual actions, and we must never conform to the big group. We must love them, we must help them, we must serve them, because our whole success will depend on our ability to do these things. But never lose our own individuality and our identity by permitting ourselves to become submerged in what has historically proved itself to be little more than a suffocating sea of indirection and purposelessness. If we want to emulate someone, fine, but let's be choosy in whose steps we follow. It's the only life we've got. And remember to think. Imagination is everything, and we can become what we can imagine. If you find yourself getting depressed and down at the mouth, as we all get once in a while, you might want to remember this quotation by Dean Briggs. He said, "Do your work. Not just your work and no more, but a little more for the lavishing's sake. That little more which is worth all the rest. And if you suffer as you must, and if you doubt as you must, do your work. Put your heart into it, and the sky will clear. And then out of your very doubt and suffering will be born the supreme joy of life." Believe it or not, in an age when we've come to nearly deify leisure time, we've almost lost sight of the fact that virtually all our satisfactions, rewards, will come not from our leisure, but from our work. And don't forget the strangest secret. We become what we think about.
That is the strangest secret, ladies and gentlemen. You become what you think about most of the time. And that's why we're here today. Sorry, guys, I was doing something with my grandson. Had to get him settled in. And I'm doing this show early today. Couple reasons. I need to get some stuff done later on. And but I had some things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. As you can see from the title of this video, this is the reset day. And we are going to reset. We are going to reset. And we are going to, let me get this right. We're going to do our thing, guys. Make sure that we get off to the right track not only for next week, but for the future. You know what I mean? But thank you guys for coming in. Today is Sunday, September 14th, 2025. As you can see here, we're at the Bitcoin block height of 914,693. TikTok next block. And we're going to do that. It's going to be TikTok next block for us. How you guys doing? Let's do a little roll call here. We're going to spin, do the wheel spins. Hey, Jenny, how are you? I talked to you too today, Jenny. I hope you are well, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here. We love you, Jenny. Hi, Samantha. Samantha Nakamoto, first of her name. Jenny Legendary. First of your name. Daughter of Satoshi Nakamoto. How are you, ma'am? We are all Satoshi and we are all Charlie, guys. These people make me sick. That's right, Backpacker. Thanks again, Backpacker, for the suggestion with that betting site. You won me 20,000 sats last night. I bet on the Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford fight. So thank you. What's up, Freedom Family? Jay Remmer, what's up, brother? Don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. Hey, Jay Remmer. Good to see you, my brother. Great to see you, Anonymous. Very good to see you. Can't believe that guy tried to destroy Kirk's memorial. Happy he got arrested. What? I didn't hear nothing about that, bro. I didn't hear nothing about that. What up, fam? Jack, what's up, bro? Oh, Jackie boy, how are you, man? Good to see you, Jack. They update this wheel? Jack, Anonymous. I'm sorry. Hodler. Good to see you, Jack. Jerry, what is this? I'm doing a live stream, Sadie. Doing a live stream. If you're still here. The great Earl Nightingale. That's right. Reset Sunday. I like it. Thank you, man. Sent my dues. Oh, Jack. Thank you, man. Let me see what you got. Oh, wow. Big zap. Thank you so much, Jack. Wow. Let's see. My internet will work. It looks like 8,657 sats. $10. Wow, Jack. Thank you, sir. That's a huge donation. That really, really helps, sir. Thank you so much. I know one thing you're not going to reset, your daily calorie intake. Well, in order to lose weight, you have to reset your daily calorie intake. The troll. Looks like the troll's backed up to his old self. Oh my goodness. The troll. It was at Turning Point headquarters. Happened about 15 to 20 minutes ago. Wow. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about that. Hey, y'all. I'm even early today. Hey, Spaceman. How are you, sir? Good to see you, Spaceman. Very good to see you, man. How's everything, brother? My little flipper right there. LOL. Shots fired. Yeah. We're going to talk about a few things, and we're going to watch some videos, and we're going to learn something. Wow. Thank you so much. Somebody just sent in 5,000 Satoshis. Thank you so much. And you know what I was thinking about? Thank you very much, whoever did this on speed. I'd like to give you a shout out if you want to, but if you want to stay anonymous, I get it. I understand. Hey, J Dog, what's up, brother? Good day, Jerry and the JLF family. Nice irky start, so I can pop in. Yeah, good. Nice early start. Yeah. Do you want me to put you on the wheel, sir? Good to see you, J Dog. How's Lulu and Frankie Jr.? And how are you, sir? Is Lulu with you? Is Frankie with you? Just got a few people in here. We're gonna let some people pile in. We're gonna win some sats, and we're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna educate ourselves on a few things because, um, unlike the left of America and left of the world, the left wing ideology people, we're gonna live in reality. We're not gonna, we're Bitcoiners, but we're not gonna ignore politics and act like the shit doesn't exist. Okay, because it exists. We're living around, and this is sad to say this on a Sunday, on God's day, on the rest day. This is what I was saying earlier, that I was thinking about resting on a Sunday, but because even Charlie Kirk did that. He turned his phone off on and took a Sabbath day once a week and put his phone in his dresser drawer and just spent time with his family, which I think that's a good idea. But I don't know, man. I still think we need a reset Sunday and get us back spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Get us started good off the week. And that's what I want to do. Yes, I'm hanging out with you. The family are good, but otherwise busy. Okay, good, man. Good, J Dog. Thank you for being here, brother. Really appreciate that, man. And it's an honor, and it's very good to see you, J Dog. You my man, brother. All the way from across the pond, man. I really means a lot to me, man. If you guys don't mind, hit that like button if you're liking what you're seeing so far, and share the video because I have a lot of good stuff I want to show you guys, and I want to make sure we got a few people here. Again, it's early, but most people are out of church right now, unless you're on the West Coast, and you should be out of here in a few minutes, even if you are on the West Coast. So, Bitcoin right now, as of this recording, is $115,640. That's not the important part. The important part is you can get yourself 865 Satoshis for $1. All right. And, we're Bitcoiners. We're going to do our thing, but we're going to really understand how this evil world works. Exhaustion. Damn. Damn, Jenny, you working a lot, huh? Jenny sent me a message. Yeah, this is a quiet Sunday. I was watching a video of American Huddle and the boys from the Bitcoin podcast, and we're gonna check that out when we get a few more people in here. We're gonna check that out. I want to see if we can get 30 people in here. I know it's a Sunday, so everybody's chilling out. Reverse, what's up, brother? How are you? Good to see you, man. Yeah, big names, bro. Big names. This is an impromptu. No advertising, no telling anybody what's going on. So, got to stack those sats. That's right, Jenny. You're working your ass off, I see. How are you, ma'am? And thank you for checking in on me today. I appreciate that very much. Very much. Matter of fact, let me respond to let me see. Let's see something. Bless you. So yeah, we're just hanging out for a little bit. I got 3 videos I want to show you parts of, and to highlight the wickedness of what's going on here in not only just America, but our birthing country, our big, I don't know, our mother country, the UK. We're going to talk about that. I must confess, I have 2 open longs on Bitcoin, feeling bullish right now. Okay, good, Jack. Good. I hope you make something on that and buy you some more Bitcoin. And thank you again, Jack, for that incredible donation. I appreciate that. I want to get a few more people in here. So, guys, do me a favor. Share the video if you don't mind. Again, this is the earliest I've ever done a live, so people are not know when I'm here. So, I'm gonna send a couple of messages and signal. How I hope you guys do too, if you don't mind. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Is this today? Hold on one second, guys. Okay. We got. Yep. Sorry, guys. I'm going to share this with a couple people because I want a few more people in here. We're live, Kev. Because I got a few things, some few good things I want to tell you guys. And if not, we'll get started at spinning the wheel and stuff at 1:00 or maybe 12:45, even if people aren't here. You know what I mean? We're live. Thank you, Backpacker. I saw what you just sent. Thank you, man. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, Backpacker, so much. We need to get this information out, man. Let's see. You want Trent in here too. Thank you, Fanny. Thank you so much, Fanny. Let me see if I can find Trent. You know, we're a small group, but we're a large group too. You know what I mean? Joey, let's see. Letha. Most people are resting anyways today, which is fine. They can come back and watch it later. Worst case scenario. I just want some people to win some sats too, you know? But like I said, man, we're living amongst some very, very, very evil people right now, man. And we knew it. Of course we knew it. But not to this extent. And I've been on Facebook, and now I use Facebook as a filter to get rid of people. I don't care how you say it, if you're saying something derogatory about a man that died and you're saying he's a racist and all this stuff, I don't care what he was. Obviously he's not, but I don't care what he was. Once someone dies, that's it. There's no more bad talking about the person, in my personal opinion. What's up? Finish up prepping dinner, chicken pot pie. Hey, Fanny, how are you, man? Thank you so much for what you guys did for me yesterday. Backpacker and Fanny. You guys know what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Look at the wheel. We got a little arrow on there changing colors. That's cool. We never had that before. But I appreciate you guys. But I was checking out American Hodl's video today. Or not American Hodl's video. The Bitcoin podcast. And they were talking about the assassination of Charlie Kirk, American Hodl. And they were saying basically what I said. So I definitely want to check that out with you guys. And there's 2 other videos I want to watch too. So let's see. Let me see where we're at in the blocks. See, okay, no blocks have come out yet. All right, so we're going to watch this, guys, real quick. And I'm going to give you my commentary on that. So without further ado, let's check out the latest episode of the Bitcoin podcast.
Junior, you know, I mean, he literally is a martyr. He's an American hero.
As tragic as what happened to Kurt,
I fucking venerate and honor and respect him, and he will go down in glory as a man in the history of America.
Crypto Zoo, how are you, sir? My name is Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jerry. What are you at now? We're just doing a quick live, man. Good to see you. You look like a new subscriber. Have you subscribed to the channel? That's what I want to know. If you have, thank you. And would you like me to put you on the wheel of Satoshi? I can put you on this wheel right here, and I'm going to spin the wheel, and if it lands on your name, if you're here, and if you're a subscriber, you hit the like button and have a okay, good. Hit the like button, have a speed wallet, and if you don't have a speed wallet, Jeff, then that's how I pay you out tonight. There's a link down below, and I can send you. You can earn 500 free sats for using my link if you don't have it. All right, and I'll put you on the wheel. Good to see you, man. Crypto Zoo. I'll put you as Jeff. Thank you for coming in, man. Welcome to the channel, Crypto Zoo. I'm swimming upstream here, man. YouTube doesn't really like me that much. Thanks. No problem, Jeff. No problem. So let's finish this video. And like I said the other day, white males married, even if you're not married, if you're heterosexual, you love God, you love your country, white males are under attack in this country. And I said that. And American Hodl is talking about this as well as other things. There's the evilness in there. These guys are hardcore Bitcoiners. They don't talk about how are you and glad you're here. Yes. Make sure you hit that like button, Jenny says. Yes. They don't talk about politics. All these guys talk about is Bitcoin. But I've been saying this for years, that we have to make sure that not only that Donald Trump wins, but we have to reject the woke left. We have to, man, because they're an attack on Bitcoin and us and our freedom and our lives now. You know what I mean? We would love to know how you found this awesome group. Yeah, me too. All right, so they don't talk about politics, man. But I'm telling you, man, the death of Charlie Kirk has changed everything, guys. It really has, and even these guys are starting to talk about it. So let's see what they got to say.
At a time when things were dark, who was courageous enough to stand up and speak truth to. As tragic as what happened to Kirk, I fucking venerate and honor and respect him, and he will go down in glory as a man in the history of America at a time when things were dark, who was courageous enough to stand up and speak truth to power.
Charlie Kirk is like a white Martin Luther King Jr. You know, I mean,
I was just saying that he is like a Martin Luther King Jr., but probably bigger because he's got way more footage and his reach is a lot bigger than what Martin Luther King was in the 60s.
Literally, as a martyr, he's an American hero.
This was a cultural assassination, which is a hell of a step, and the number of people supporting it is just quite incredible.
To be clear, like, people that engage in this kind of violence are such fucking losers that they could never actualize any form of meaningful dialogue in any way to actually get attention in the same way that could have any substantial impact on the world. So this is their last thing that they do. Is like a child lashing out against a parent who says, go to your room. They engage in a hissy fit and a meltdown.
Any father who's worth his salt saw the videos of Kirk with his children and immediately realized that he was a great father. He was a great husband. He was.
Exactly. As a father, all you fathers out there, when you saw that, and they did it in front of his children and his wife, you know what I mean? That's just, I don't know, man. There's no words for that. You know what I mean? And God rest his soul, man. And I'm praying for his family. It's just evil what these people did.
A good man, you know? So I'm not willing to sit here and listen to that fucking bullshit from people or both sides of this thing. No, this is a leftist ideology thing.
Thank you. Did you guys hear that? American Hodl said there ain't no both sides bullshit. This is not no both sides bullshit. Okay? This is the left. Okay? This is the woke left. Let's call it what it is. I know we're Bitcoiners. I know we got to say, oh, you know, politics don't matter and both sides are bad. Nah, fuck that. The left is bad. And the woke ideology is bad. And we need to destroy it. Not destroy the people. I'm not talking about that. We don't hurt anybody unless they fuck with us. I'm talking about the ideology, YouTube. Okay? I'm not condoning any violence on here, but he's absolutely right. This ain't no fucking both sides shit. Excuse my language on a Sunday. This is punchy and raw. Yeah, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving this. Every demographic gets demonized though, and they will invent more demographics kind to be the same. Yeah, well, we need to worry about what the ones that are here today. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I hear what you're saying, Samantha, but I deal with the real world and what's going on right now. I agree with you, and that's no disrespect, Samantha. I'm just saying we need to deal with the woke left. It's a plague.
These people want you dead. They want you erased. Like, get this through your fucking head. You, as a straight white man in America, are the only thing standing between them and total domination of the entire world. A global slave system. Okay?
Facts. That is facts right there, what he just said. That is facts. As a straight white male, and I've been saying this for days, they want to eradicate you. Now, these three guys that are sitting there while he's saying it, they should be nodding their head in agreement. You know what I'm saying? They're not really saying anything. They're just listening to him, I guess. But they need to be nodding their head at this shit, man, because it's true.
Just sit here and listen to that fucking bullshit from people or both sides of this thing. No, this is a leftist ideology thing. These people want you dead. They want you erased. Like, get this through your fucking head. You, as a straight white man in America, are the only thing standing between them and total domination of the entire world. A global slave system.
Preach. Preach. Preach, preach, preach. Hi, Fanny. I still will consider all regardless. Yeah, I hear that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I deal what's in front of me right now. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, Samantha. But let me make sure I heard your thing right. Every demographic gets demonized, though. And they will invent more demographics kind of be the same. Yeah, keep your eye open for it, for sure. For sure. While fighting against this one. I completely agree with that, Samantha.
Okay? Period. That's why you're the group that they hate the most. And if they want you to stop speaking, you need to speak 10 times louder. It's just that simple. Fuck these people.
This idea of Bitcoin being the third way politically is really important because it's a disengagement.
Hey, Emily, how are you? Good to see you, ma'am. Very good to see you, Emily. Emily gets sats. We love you, Ems, the beautiful one. We are in a war, guys, and unfortunately, they made it dangerous for us. There was a huge protest in London yesterday. Yeah, we're gonna watch that, Jay. I'm glad you brought that up. The next video we're gonna watch is that the UK people are unhappy with the government lies. Yep, Charlie Kirk got a big mention and applause. Hundreds of thousands marching. Yep, we are going to watch that. I'm so glad you brought that up, Jay. So glad you brought that up. Hey, hope you're all well. We are. We love you, Emily. Hi, Emily. Fanny Packer and kids. Love you all. Yep. Samantha. These guys are preaching right now, man.
Through technology in the most radical way of nonviolence. And more and more people are going to have to find a harbor here, specifically because of what Bitcoin offers and how it technologically disables violence in this most direct form.
They're going to want to kill you, and they're going to want to take your shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to want your children to grow up without a father.
We're still going to have to hold the line on this. Like, in 10 years, no matter how bad it gets, we need to be having the conversation and saying the same thing. We are the middle path. We are the path without violence. We are the path where we just speak, we explain it to people, and we build the things that protect the people who want to keep going down this to actually making things better. Because there are way too many people today who just want to destroy what they don't like. And they have no capacity to even try to build something good or do something.
This is the time for bravery. It's the time for courage. It's the time for more speech. It's the time to self-censor even less, because it's too important, and it doesn't serve any of us to go with either side of extremist violent rhetoric. So that's my sincere hope, is that we all double down on deeply American principles, and we do what needs to be done while also keeping our conscience intact and doing the right things.
And intellectual cowardice is what defines them. They literally murdered a man over the fact that they couldn't actually stand up and debate him with merits. And it's truly terrifying, because this is where we're at now. Dialogue no longer is of service, because these people aren't interested in dialogue. They're interested in shouting you down, calling you a racist, calling you a bigot.
There is no both sides.
Yeah. They're not interested in that. And what I'm suggesting to people, and I'm not telling anybody what to do, I'm just telling you what I'm doing, and I can make a suggestion. But people that are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death to me, are lost. They are. And if they want to come back on their own to the good side, they can. And I'll and apologize for this and welcome them with warm arms. I'll open my arms to them. But I am not going to waste my time, my precious time on this planet, arguing with those people or even listening to them. I use Facebook now as a filter, like I said. I go to Facebook and I'm scouring Facebook. And anybody that says anything bad about Charlie Kirk after the man's dead, I just block them and I unfriend them. That's it. And I've already put messages on my thing telling people, if you have anything bad to say after a man is dead and his kids and his wife watched him die and you're still talking about him, please unfriend and block me. Because I don't want you around. You're a disgusting individual. I never said anything that I said about, when George Floyd died. I'm glad he died. Or the Democrat senator that got killed a few months ago. And then one other one that got shot. The lady that got killed. I didn't say anything about that. Good job, my daughter. Thank you. She's doing a great job. Low IQ people, that's why they are mentally ill. Exactly. And the mainstream media is culpable of this. The left-wing propagandists, the Democrat arm, the mainstream arm of the Democrat Party, because that's all they are, ladies and gentlemen. This party has been corrupted, okay? And it's been captured, and they are evil right now. And again, there's some Republicans are like this too. They just are wolf in sheep's clothing. But the Democrats aren't even hiding anymore on the federal level. They're not. And anybody following these people, again, you're either evil or stupid, and I don't want you around me. I don't want stupid people or evil around me. I'm sorry. These people are demonic and satanic. I'm sorry.
Here, those people have an ideology where they believe that if you say words they don't like, they're allowed to shoot you in the neck in front of your children.
Dialogue. They're interested in shouting you down, calling you a racist, calling you a bigot.
There is no both sides here. Those people have an ideology where they believe that if you say words they don't like, they're allowed to shoot you in the neck in front of your children. Your 3-year-old can watch you bleed to death. That's what they believe. Look at it straight in the face. That's not the time for like, oh, hey man, everybody's got some points. Shut the fuck up. Look at it. Look at it for what it is. Watch the videos of him dying. You need to know. You need to know.
What happened to Mr. Kirk was horrific and tragic, and it's really sad to see that we've gotten to this place in the political discourse where people want to murder others simply because they have a difference of opinion. And even more disturbing is people cheering it on. Like as much as you have differences of opinions and ideas, like the entirety of, there's a reason that the First Amendment is the first one, and it's because it's only with the freedom of speech and the ability to exercise those opinions, knowing that you can be safe doing that, is sort of the substrate of the entirety of our modern society. And so, yeah, I just think as a father as well, it's pretty horrific to see a little girl who's going to have to grow up without her father now because some psychopath decided that they hated what he had to say enough to kill him.
So, I mean, I think the point you raise about the reaction is the key point. Even before we knew the anything about the shooter, people were saying, why did it happen? And was it this? Was it that? I mean, the left obviously doesn't want to own this, but they do. They own this because no matter what the shooter's political ideologies, motivations were, which it seems clear that he was a leftist and this was a politically motivated assassination, an act of domestic terrorism. It's, so many on the left, mainstream people, nurses and teachers and people you work with were celebrating Kirk's murder.
And ding, 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 ding. That's the point. Even if it was somebody on the right that killed him, which we know it's not. The guy was living with a transgender. He had left-wing ideologies, Antifa, all this stuff, which again, he probably wasn't working alone, but we'll get into that in another video. It was the reactions from the left. That's what got me. You know what I mean? These people are waiting for Donald Trump to get killed or die. They're waiting for it. You know what I mean? And it's just sad, man. It's just absolutely sad. And, we got to fight against this ideology. We really do.
And then laughing at it gleefully. And then those that weren't laughing at it were saying he brought it on himself for his words, for the things that he said. Many of them had false perceptions of who he was. They believed in a caricature of him that wasn't in any way, shape, or form who he really was. They were saying things that he never said, misattributing quotes to him. The left has actually been in a race to devalue him posthumously as a racist, as a sexist, as a bigot. He's a moderate. Everybody knows that. He's a middle-of-the-road conservative guy. Nick Fuentes said on his stream last night, he's part of the establishment. He is part of the establishment. He is a moderate Republican. There's no difference between him and your uncle who voted for Trump.
And that's what I've been telling you guys. The Democrat Party, the far left is trying to make MAGA the far right, and they're not. MAGAs are moderate. They're close to the middle, and they're almost like 90s Democrats. You know what I mean? Again, there's 4 parties in this country. You got 2 sides on the Democrat and 2 sides on the Republican. You do have the far right with the Nick Fuentes and the people that are much, much more violent, that like war, and they just, they are far right. They're not as crazy as the left is. Then you got the establishment Republicans / Freedom Republicans, MAGA, because again, in order to win elections, you have to be kind of establishment. And then you have the establishment left, who's far left. But then you got the far, 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 far woke, crazy left. You know what I mean? So looks like everybody's leaving. So I might have to get off here soon. There's only 4 people left here. So I just wanted to talk about this for a minute. I want you guys to reset and do what you can. We'll finish this. We'll probably finish this. What? We are here. Yeah, I know, but people are leaving. They probably don't want to hear this on a Sunday. So maybe I'll finish it off. But here's what I'll say. Here's my message to you, right? Here it is. It's really this simple. Make sure you guys are praying, you're resting, you're resetting, and you make sure you get because a lot of people, the truth hurts. Yeah, I'm here too. Thank you. I know you guys are, but people are clicking off. And it's Sunday, so it's no big deal. We can rest today. But here's the thing, right? Who cares? They don't want to. Who cares? That they don't want to hear. It's the truth. Back to 7. Yeah, okay. You guys want me to stay on? I appreciate you guys, but the bottom line is, you know how one day you just clean out your house or clean up your house 1 day a week or 2 days a week. This is our time to clean up on Sundays. For all the nastiness and the garbageness and the evilness that we hear all week long. This is the time to reset, clean up, and get back on track. You know what I mean? And to know what we're fighting against. We're not just trying to orange pill people, guys. Orange pilling is very, very important. That's part of the toolbox, a tool in the toolbox. Always here, my fam. Thank you. But we have to get these people off the plantation, right? Now, again, there's a certain segment of the population, because there's like 44% of people in America that voted for Donald Trump, but there's about 30%, 25 to 30% of people that have TDS and hate Donald Trump and hate everything he stands for. And anybody, moderate or not, that votes for Donald Trump, they want us all dead if we disagree with them. They're okay with killing us. That's what they are. It's a fact. And American Idol is going to talk about that. So we have to know where we stand. You know what I mean? What happened here? Oh, my goodness. Fanny, did you do this? Is this your way you're bribing me to stay? 1776. Thank you, guys. Fanny and Backpacker, thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. No different from Hitler. Yeah. Yeah. The ones that are calling you the fascists, again, they're calling somebody a fascist while he's allowing people to talk. Charlie Kirk is a fascist when he goes to college and asks to hear your ideals. Like, what are you talking about, man? Thank you, Backpacker. So I guess I'll stay on longer. Thank you so much. 1776 and 500 for 5 extra spins. Oh, okay. 5 extra spins? Thank you very much. Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate that. Jenny sent in a big zap. Thank you so much. You want me to do 100 apiece? 517 and 500. Oh. So, okay. So out of the 1776, you want me to take 500 out of that, right? 100 a spin for those loyal ones. Okay. That's fair. Thank you. You want me to take 500 out of the 1776, you're saying? Okay. No doubt. Howdy. Hey, Megalomedia. Well, I was just about to check out. No, I just sent. Oh, you did? Okay. I didn't get it yet. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And then Jenny sent 500 more to double it. Thank you, Jenny, and thank you, Fanny. Appreciate that. Megalomedia, how are you, sir? Well, I guess I'm staying. Appreciate that. Megalomedia. All right. It's a Sunday. No, I just sent 500. Another 500. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Fanny Packer, thank you. Got it. All right. Cool. All right, so let's do some spins then. Let's do some spins. Of course, Jerry. Now I'll play your video so everyone that isn't on the same page leaves. LOL, the loyals get it. Okay. That's fair, Fanny. That's fair. That is fair. All right. Hey, Sin, the wife and I were just talking about you, Jerry, and here you are. Oh, yeah? Thank you, Sin. I appreciate you. Welcome in, Sin, my sensei. Was it something bad or good? Oh, God. Do I even want to know, Sensei? Good to see you, man. My sensei. Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Thank you, Jen. No doubt. Super fair. You do you. Yep. Thank you. And American Hodl is preaching right now. Sin. He is preaching.
And then laughing at it gleefully. And then those that weren't laughing at it were saying he brought it on himself for his words, for the things that he said. Many of them had false perceptions of who he was. They believed in a caricature of him that wasn't in any way, shape, or form who he really was. They were saying things that he never said, misattributing quotes to him. The left has actually been in a race to devalue him on this, because no matter what the shooter's political ideologies and motivations were, which it seems clear that he was a leftist and this was a politically motivated assassination, an act of domestic terrorism. It's, so many on the left, mainstream people, nurses and teachers and people you work with, were celebrating Kirk's murder and then laughing at it gleefully. And then those that weren't laughing at it were saying he brought it on himself for his words, for the things that he said. Many of them had false perceptions of who he was. They believed in a caricature of him that wasn't in any way, shape, or form who he really was. They were saying things that he never said, misattributing quotes to him. The left has actually been in a race to devalue him posthumously as a racist, as a sexist, as a bigot. He's a moderate. Everybody knows that. He's a middle.
Ralph, my man, how are you, man? Good to see you, Ralph. Very good to see you, my friend Ralph. How are you, sir? We're just talking. Ralph from Nurse Hodl, my man. We're saying this is Reset Sunday for those of you that are new here. This is Reset Sunday, and we're just going to reset every Sunday because we're going to see a lot of evilness and wickedness, and we got to clean it out of our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. You know what I mean? Jerry, just let you know, Flipper grabbed her bug out bag to get ready to go to you this morning. I got plenty of food over here. Ralph, good to see you, Ralph. That's right. Bug out bag. I got you. And we're going to reset, man. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got here from my man. Let's see. I saw that, Sin. I saw this. This was great. Sin, that was great. I saw that. That was dope. He is, to me, like American Hodl said, he is the equivalent, and I said in between Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. American Hodl called him the white Martin Luther King. Those are big shoes to fill. But again, he had a far bigger reach than Martin Luther King, and he has a lot more footage of himself than Martin Luther King because of the technology and things like that. And he worked his ass off, man. I'm good, man. Hope everyone is okay. And yes, we need to reset. Yes. So we need to reset and get this wickedness out of us. And again, this is not a both side things. Again, there's some Republicans that I don't agree with, but they're not willing to kill you because they disagree with you. This is the far left woke agenda. Okay. And again, the people that are just gone like zombies, we almost have to treat this stuff, guys. We almost have to treat this like The Walking Dead. Right? Here's what I mean. The Walking Dead had a plague. Whatever that is. I never watched the end, so don't spoil it. I don't know what caused it. I watched like 2-3 seasons of it, something like that. And basically, it was a virus that went and killed somebody. Even if it's the person that you love the most, once they get bit, they're just gone. That's why they just take a gun and boom. Because it's like, I'm not saying do that, but just erase them out of your mind until they're ready to come back, of course, and apologize for what they've done and realize that they were wrong. But until then, don't even waste your time on these people. But we are going to shed a light and focus on the people that are not only lying about this, but are evil enough to say the other side is doing this. You understand what I'm saying? So we're not going to, again, if you have people in your life, and I'm not saying don't love them and stuff like that, but just don't waste your time arguing with these people, man, because it's a completely waste of time. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm ready, Jerry from Flipper. Oh, Flipper, don't play with me, girl. Okay? Don't play with me. They call evil good and good evil. Yeah, we're living in an upside down world. These people are so delusion that up is down and down is up for these people. They're living in a parallel world from us. So there's no reason to argue with them. You can't argue with them. So who do we have to deal with? We have to deal with the fringe people, right? There's some Republicans that you can talk to that are open to Bitcoin, right? You can talk to them about Bitcoin. You're not going to be able to talk to the woke left about Bitcoin. Then there's some moderate people that you can talk about saying, you know what, you might not want to vote Democrat on the federal level. They're getting ready to, unless Cuomo wins, Zoran Mondami is getting ready to be the mayor of New York City, one of the biggest cities in the world, one of the most popular cities in the world, by a socialist, a communist, and they know it, and they're about to vote for this guy. They are the Walking Dead, bro. Holly Weird loves to give us predictive programming. Yes, that's exactly right, Sin. We love the Walking Dead. Just binged the Daryl series. Yeah, I didn't go that far with it. I stopped on one part when a certain person got killed. I just couldn't watch it anymore. I'm not gonna say who, because somebody might not have watched it. That's the truth, Sin. Sin's always telling the truth. Cringe people, yeah, they deserve what they get, and we're not gonna have any ill will towards them. Meaning, we're not gonna talk bad about them. I mean, talk bad to them or nothing like that. They're just lost, man. They're demonic and they're lost. And even people that are, and this is a Sunday, so I can say this, that are captured and have an evil spirit inside of them, they can come back. But it's not up. We can't change them. So we cannot waste our time with them. But the people that are on the fringe, that are on the riding the fence or whatever, we can get to those people. Exactly. Not talking bad, just stating the facts. Yes, of course, Fanny. Of course. Let's get back to this video.
Blue road conservative guy. Nick Fuentes said on his stream last night, he's part of the establishment. He is part of the establishment. He is a moderate Republican. There's no difference between him and your uncle who voted for Trump. So to celebrate his death is to celebrate the death of half the country, effectively. And it's an implicit admission from the left that they want, people who think and believe like Charlie Kirk to die. And they think it's a good thing when people like Charlie Kirk die. And they believe that when right-wingers do speech, it's violence. And that when the left wing does speech, or does violence, it's speech. That's what they believe.
Facts. And this is why they justify, because they've been told over and over and over and over and over again, the brainwashing, the TV programs, that what they're saying is going to hurt you because these people are evil. This is what the left says to their watchers, the brainwash people, the people that are infected with this brain virus. They think that you are evil because you state things that disagree with you. So you got to take out evil, right? You got to take out the Nazis. You got to take out Stalin. You got to take out Hitler. These are evil people. So they're not going to sit there and talk to you back and forth because you're evil. And what you're saying is going to make them messed up. Again, it's all about their feelings, of course. We know that. And they can't back up their arguments with facts, clearly. And again, I do this all the time with these people. When I wear my shirts and stuff, you know who I argue with the most? Do you know who I argue with the most out here in the streets? White liberals come up to me the most, and then black people come up with me the most. The black people that are on the Democrat plantation. And I tell them, I said, bro, get off that plantation. I was on it. Get off it. These people don't care about your black ass. That's what I tell them. They don't. Why do you think they let me not get into that. Let me not get into that. If you study history, notice how popular fascism and communism was in the West pre and during World War II. All of what's going on now, all of what's going on, with Gen Zers who think New York dude is the best choice for change is 420. Yeah. 102, 101. Get into it. Well, that's a black thing. And I was just going to rant about that, Fanny. I was basically saying black people are just... I'm going to make a video about that, Fanny. I was just going to talk about how black people are stuck on the plantation. But you're absolutely right, Sin. And where does it start, Sin? It starts in elementary school. Then you get indoctrinated in high school. And then you get really into the machine in college with your liberal arts or underwater basket weaving degree. This is where the machine is. And this is where Charlie Kirk went to. He went to the belly of the beast. And that's why he was shot. YouTube didn't even... You know how it is, Fanny. Free speech ain't free, man.
And the reason that they've been saying that words are violence now for over a decade is so they can kill you with impunity for the things that you say. When Charlie Kirk got shot, it was like a direct attack on the First Amendment. It was like the First Amendment got shot.
Exactly. With a freedom shirt on. He had a freedom shirt, right? And here's the thing that's crazy with this. Ever since Trump came down that elevator 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago now, in June of 2015, that is when the world changed, ladies and gentlemen. The woke stuff was already starting to come out, but it really woke up when they started saying, oh, this is how I knew Trump was the man. And he was right. I didn't realize it because I didn't vote for him the first time, very stupidly, because I wasn't really into politics at the time. But when he came in, he was an outsider coming in to mess up the establishment and the blob and the apparatus. They said, no, they attacked him with everything but the kitchen sink. They threw everything at this man. And I'm just like, why? You know what I mean? But I wasn't paying. It didn't affect my life. But once the the pandemic happened, I'm like, wait a minute. This looks kind of like an orchestra to me. Orchestrated, right? And let me say this. I'm going to go on a little rant here. Just a little one. Let me just say this. People showed who they were during COVID. You are what you were during COVID, right? If you're a person that wore a mask, you're a coward, or you're a brainwash, or you're just dumb enough to believe it. But if you're a person like me, let me tell you what I did on a daily basis. I used to get kicked out of every place. Now, mind you, I wasn't political or nothing like this, but I'm not stupid, right? I walk into a restaurant, they tell me to wear my mask, but when I sit down, I can take it off. That's dumb. I'm not doing that. When I go into a grocery store, they're telling me to walk this way and wear a mask and then stand 6 feet apart. I'm not doing that. They're telling me when I go get a sandwich, when somebody has double masks, a face shield, and a shield in front of them, that I got to put a mask on. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, right? I'm not taking a shot. I'm not doing all these things that they tell me to do. That's why I fucking left New York State. And when I seen all my friends and family that were sheeple and standing in line for toilet paper and standing in line for the lottery to win if you can give you a jab, I said, absolutely not. So just remember those people during COVID, because deep down, and I'm not saying they can't change, but that's who they were. And I stood on all 10 toes. I'm not trying to brag here. I'm just saying, I will not be enslaved, man. You will not control me. You got to be stupid to have them do that. I have yet to hear a liberal post-Charlie assassination say this is an attack on free speech. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Say it again. Exactly. Trying to shut us up, but we are strong, and it is making us speak facts loud and proud. Exactly. All the conspiracy until it happens. You know what I call a conspiracy, Fanny? It's just a delayed fact. All the right-wing conspiracies are just delayed facts. That's it. Because for some reason, they all come true. But what do they tell you? What do they tell you about Joe Biden and inflation and everything else? Oh, inflation is transitory. What are you talking about? Joe Biden's the best version he's ever been. What are you talking about? Those are cheap fakes. Don't believe your lying eyes when they show you the videos of the man falling down and not being able to speak and has a clear case of dementia. That's not true. That's a right-wing conspiracy when you see him falling off his bike or falling upstairs to go on Air Force One. That's a lie. And I'm sitting there going, and I talked to people. I said, you believe that? You believe when someone tell you that the sky is red and you see it's blue, you believe it's red? These people make me sick, man. I guess it doesn't fit their usual victim narrative. Tell them, Cindy. I'm a stand 6 foot apart, not because of COVID, but I just don't like people in my personal space. Exactly, Jen. Here he goes. Yeah. Emily, Jen and Nico. Yes. How about when they offend, they offered you a gift card to get the shot? Yeah, exactly. Why are they doing that? And I know people that got triple that stuff. If I was working, because I wasn't working then, I've been working for myself for a long time. If I was working a job and my job depended on me taking the vaccine, I would either had got a fake one or wouldn't did it, and I would have lost my job. I don't care if you gave me $1 million to take that shot. I'm not taking that. They were pushing it too fast. And that's another reason I love Trump, right? But that's something I didn't like Trump did. I didn't like what he did in COVID. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff he did. You know, shutting us down on a national level for 3 months. I didn't like that. I didn't like that he was pushing the vaccine. He did that. That's on his record. Again, I like 80% of what Trump does. I don't like what he's doing in that other country over there, which will be named nameless. You know, I'm a Thomas Massey guy, but you can't have everything, right? I love Trump. I love what he's doing. I love Trump. I was out here working my ass off for him. You know what I'm saying? But there's nobody perfect. You try to get 70 to 80% of what you want in a politician. But voting matters, guys. It really does. All of that line up and stand 6 foot apart sounded a little too much like prison behavior. I've worked too hard in my life to avoid that life and stereotype. So I told those folks to kick rocks. I already know you did, Sin. I don't even got to ask you. I know you did. I know everybody here did. I know that. That's right, Sin. Line up. Stand 6 feet apart. Be quiet. Look forward. Put this mask on. Take the shot. Do what you're told. Populism is rife in Europe. The people have had enough of all this bullshit and rejecting the major parties. Exactly. I'm a populist. I'm a nationalist. I love my country. A little bit of libertarian, a little bit of liberal, socially liberal, fiscally conservative, veteran, patriot. Yes, my sensei. Yes, 100. That's a shirt. Jerry, that's Jerry. Hashtag Jerry was right about everything. I ain't right about everything, Fanny. But thank you for saying that, Fanny. Conspiracy theory equals prehistorian. Sin. Yes, brother. Facts. God, I love when Sin comes in here. I love Sin, man. He's so damn smart. So witty, man. Got to call a spade a spade. Krispy Kreme Donuts, a.k.a. Jab Holding Company. Yes, exactly. I don't support none of this garbage, man. How about the comic books they made for kids about the vaccine? Yeah, what the F? Indoctrination, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know that you played in the sequel of Bruce Almighty. It's called Bruce All Heavy. Bruce Al Heavy? The troll? They told me to take the vaccine or I would lose my job. I didn't know any better, and I didn't want to lose my job back then, so I took it. Looking back at it, I want to sue everyone. I'm sorry that happened to you, brother. I really am. And I ain't mean no offense when I said that. Because a lot of people that I know that are 10 toes down people, that they made them do it because if they didn't, they would have lost their job. And that's terrible, man. That's terrible to put somebody in there, because if you can't feed your family, if you lose your job, you can't feed your family. And it's easy for me to say, of course, Ralph, that I wouldn't did if I didn't have a job, but I'm not your age and I'm in a different mind space. I know you got a family and everything. And it's terrible. Even Mia from the Bitcoin gospel, she took it and she didn't want to, but she had to. She felt. And it's just, and a lot of people have woken up and said, wow, I wish I didn't take that and blah, 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 blah. You know, and you see all these kids getting sick and all the kids like freaking LeBron James Jr. and a couple other kids getting all messed up after taking the vaccine. It's crazy, boy. YouTube's gonna love this. Let me chill. Oh, I had so much fun with all that. I was that guy. Yeah, me too. I was playing hide and seek in places when I went places, backpacker. Because I would walk in, I'd go into Walmart and say, hey, where you going? The guy at the door, and I'd just keep walking. What's he gonna do? He didn't chase me. Sometimes hey, I was like, what's up? And I just keep walking, act like I didn't even hear him. And then once I did my shopping, or whatever, then I'd leave. Those clot shots modified DNA. Yes. Half libertarian. Full get off my lawn in here. Yes. Half libertarian. Full get off my lawn in. Damn right. That's a t-shirt right there. That's a t-shirt. Nice one, Sin. Those clot shots meant modified DNA. Yeah. Sensei. Same, Ralph. Yeah, I know, guys. Exactly. Not for us or our kids. Exactly. It truly sucked how they coerced all medical professionals. That was evil, man. What they did to those people. To you people, Nurse Hoddle and Jenny. That was crazy, man. Terrible. Ralph, not much different than them forcing us to take the flu vaccine yearly. Yeah, I don't take none of that shit. Nothing should be ever forced. Jesus died for us to have a choice. Tell him again, Fanny. I wanted to go for a particular course for college, but could not. Clot shots was mandatory. Career paid well, and getting job is quick, but I passed on those. Good jobs, Samantha. Very good job. All right, let's spin the wheel, guys. Let's spin the wheel for block 693, and let's keep it going. Thank you guys so much for being here on this Sunday reset day. Did you take it too, Jay, or no? If you don't mind me asking, that's too private. Don't worry about it. Megala Media, you're a winner if you're here, sir. You are a winner if you're here. Yeah, we're going to watch 3 videos today. Saw you come in earlier. Gang, gang, Megalomedia. Megalomania, she says. Like I said, I was really thinking about taking a Sabbath day and resting on Sunday. Because Charlie, like I said, Charlie Kirk does that. He did that. And he put his phone in his drawer and he just spent time with his family. You know what I mean? Hold on one second, guys. Hey guys, I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna pay. Okay, my bad. That's one of my family members wanted to talk to me about something. I did. Did I Bullocks? Did I Bullocks? Congrats, Mega. Loyals are here. Thank you. Megalo for the win. Yeah, I don't think he's here though. Now I'm gonna take him off the wheel and then he's gonna pop up. So let me take him off for now. And then we'll spin it again. Megalo. I know Emily's here. Congrats, Emily. That was 693, Jenny. Let's do 694. Emily, again. Congratulations. Back to back, Emily. Can she do it again for 695? Yay, from Flipper. That's a British expression for no way did I take it. Okay, good. How'd you keep your job then? Emily again. Look at this. Wow, Emily, 3 times. So how did you get past that, Jay? Emzo. Yay, Emily from Flipper. 2 times Emzo. Thank you, Jerry and fam. No doubt, brother. LOL. Yes. Wow, Emily. Emily's on fire. 3 in a row. Can we go for 4? 696. Spaceman. Yeah, that's me. Hey, Mega. Yeah, you were on the wheel. You won, but you didn't show up. We called your name out for a few minutes and you didn't show up, so I took you off. But I'll put you back on, brother. Yeah, you got to when you win, you got to say I'm here. So you might have been behind or something. But you're on I put you back on, brother. Spaceman, well, you were, but then you were not here. Yes. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Yes. Yes, man. Joey, how are you, man? Good to see you, brother. You want me to put you on the wheel or what? Joe, not Joey. Joe, good to see you, man. How are you? Yay, thank you. Oh, my bad. All good. You good, man. You good. Joe, good to see you, man. Yeah, this is crazy, brother. This is crazy, man. Spaceman. Hey, that's me. Thanks, Jerry. No doubt. Spaceman. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I like you playing American Hollow. He's great from Holler. Okay, we're gonna keep playing him. Thank you, Emily from Flipper. Joe, I'd like to have you and Tori back if you guys are okay now. You guys aren't still mad at me. Cause I miss you guys, man. Damn, Joe, what's good? Boom. Please send a holler, Jerry. Thank you. Which one, Emily? The third one? I stood fast until the day before they announced all nurses were to be sacked for not complying. The UK government backtracked. 1,000s quit, not me. Wow, thousands quit. I stood fast till the day before they announced all nurses were to be sacked for not complying. The UK backtracked. Oh, nice. Wow, you held on to the last minute. Emily, you're always so nice. Can I see you in April? Sin, what's good? Joe and Tori, what's up? I want to put Tori back on here. Hey, Joe. I got to unblock her, though. Because the last time she was here, she wasn't happy with me. So good seeing you guys here. Yeah, absolutely. I love Joe and Tori, man. We just got off into a little disagreement. That's all. People get angry. Family gets angry, but it's all good. All right, let me go back to okay, so Emily, now hold on. Emily, you said you wanted to give sats to Holler. The third one to Holler? Chilling, brother. Good to see you. Tell the missus hola. Yes. That's the Joker and Harley Quinn. They're 3-1. The 3-1 to me, 1 to Flipper, and 1 to Holler. Look at you, Emily. Very nice of you. Thank you, Emily. Holler and Flipper. Well, there was. Got you. Well, I'm sure Hodler appreciates that very much because she loves the wheel. She really does.
Spin that wheel, here it's real, such a fun, that's a deal, round it goes, watch it land, Bitcoin prices in your hand.
She appreciates it. But also the cutie pie loves it too.
I'm Flipper, this is Little Slip, and I just want to say good morning to all of you, and have a great day, and keep on stacking those sats. Buckaroo salute.
Woo! My goodness, this girl. Oh my goodness. I think the girls are trying to ask if you're going to the conference. They would love to see you and probably do cartwheels. Yes. We would love that. That's our kids. Yay. That's us from Holler. That's right. Very nice of you. All right. So Spaceman won 696. Hodler won 697. Damn, guys, I'm getting hungry, man. Cuteness Incorporated. Goodness. Is it not, man? Yeah. Woohoo. All right, let's see. That was 697. Let's do 698. And we're gonna get back into the video soon. Joe, white men are under attack in America, brother. White men are under attack. Do you agree with that, Joe? Flipper, look at that. Backpacker family's doing it up. Can't wait to see you in April. Oh my God, that's gonna be so nice. We're gonna have so much fun, man. Flipper. You are the winner, Flipper.
I'm Flipper, this is Little Slip, and I just want to say good morning to all of you, and have a great day, and keep on stacking those sats. Buckaroo salute.
Woo! She's the winner. Flipper, yes. All right, that's 698 for Flipper. Let's do 699 right on time. Check on my grandson in a second. Megalomedia. Congratulations. I know you're here now. I was $6.99. Okay, we're all caught up. $6.99. Let's get back into the video, guys.
That's how visceral and brutal it was. I wasn't even a fan of Kirk's. I had never seen a single hour of his podcast. I had seen a scattering of clips online. I was tangentially aware of him, but I was not an avid listener, watcher. I wouldn't consider myself a fan. I didn't like him or dislike him. But when I saw him get shot in the middle of speaking, it filled me with a sense of injustice that I can only begin to describe, because this was a man who, no matter what his opinions and beliefs were, if his politics differed from your opinions and beliefs, he very clearly was a uniquely American force, uniquely American character. He, believed in Jesus. He believed in God. He believed in the First Amendment. He believed in our country. He believed in a more perfect union. He died in the act of free speech, wearing a shirt that said freedom on it, that had blood from his neck. So to me, it's unequivocal that I'm not here to do whataboutism and both sides are bad or any of that bullshit. Charlie Kirk was an American hero and a patriot and a person who I think we need more of in this world. We need more people who are willing to put it on the line. I said on Nostr right before I hopped on this stream, I'll just close on this, that like free speech is worth dying for. So Charlie Kirk died a meaningful and admirable death, engaged literally with a microphone in his hand, because the act of free speech is so important and so inextricably linked to freedom itself that it is, in fact, worth dying for. And I said, I post this even knowing that if I was ever killed for things I said, people would ironically, the deranged and insane would dig it up and ironically mock me with it. And I say it anyway. Feel free to mock me. I knew the consequences when I said it. That's how important it is.
It's one of the fucked up things I've seen is that the people being like, well, look, he said that there would be casualties of gun violence, so I guess he got his comeuppance. And it's like, you really don't get it, do you? Like, that's not him getting his comeuppance. It's actually like a complete understanding of actually the risks that he was taking in speaking up in this way, and also the potential repercussions that could come with that from a deranged fringe of people. And it's, I don't know, it's sad, and it's kind of fucking mind-blowing to see the response right now. There's also like, I mean, obviously there are some heartening responses, but I feel like on the whole, it just leads, like, I don't know, we just feel incredibly fucking divided right now.
Yeah. Eric, the point you made about
now they're transitioning. Joe says, I identify as an East Asian and we are all under attack. White, brown, other brown, and yellow. Very true. Maybe when we all remove the thought of disconnect by removing identifying each other as colors and not just people. I completely agree with that. But they'll never do it, Joe. They won't do it because they got to be victims, bro. You got to be victims. Okay, I got a video here. They got to be victims, Joe. I identify as BTC fanny packer. Exactly. All right, we got a video here.
Flipper, this is Little Slip, and I just want to say good morning to all of you, and have a great day, and keep on stacking that.
Too cute. Cuteness Incorporated, like Sin said. Yes. Charlie was just in Boise before Utah. I love watching him. Wow, man. Wow. Very sad what happened to him, man. Nobody deserves to die like that.
I think it was off camera, but like you just said, that basically like leftists believe in the collective more than the, nuclear family. And I've seen takes online that were like, people saying how horrible it was that people were celebrating his death. And then, these, deranged leftists saying that it's good that his children are going to grow up without a father because at least they won't have a father that believes that their daughter who's raped should carry her the rapist child to term, because he doesn't believe in abortion because he's a Christian. And
wow. Have you ever heard anything more disgusting than that? Again, guys, we have to deal with this shit. Okay. I know we're Bitcoiners. I know we don't like political. All four of these guys never talk about politics. This has changed everything. This is the turning point on September 10th, 2025. when that man was murdered in cold blood for the world to see. You know, and again, despite if the guy that did it, the monster that did it by himself and wasn't part of an organization or whatever all the conspiracies is, let's just say everything is true and we believe what these people tell us, that he orchestrated it by himself. You know, he was talking to some people on Discord to hide the rifle somewhere or stash the rifle somewhere or something. But let's just go with that. Let's just say it wasn't a certain entity that did it and it was just him. Regardless of that, it's the way people are acting afterwards. Meaning they're okay with you dying because they disagree with you politically. That is a problem, guys. And again, Bitcoin is secondary to that to me. I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean? Most folks talk ish about this, would never die for anything. Exactly. And they don't stand for anything. They're nobodies, Sin. They're not going to be remembered for anything. Those who have things they die for are too busy taking action to better the world. Exactly. Cowards hide behind their keyboards with fake PFPs. Yep. Yep. We need to speak loud and clear. How ironic is it that his company name was Turning Point? It's a sign. Yeah. Yes. It just has a different meaning now. I know why he named it Turning Point, but now it has a clear, different meaning now. And this was a turning point for me. Like, no more of this, oh, I'm just going to talk about Bitcoin 24/7. I'm not doing that, man. I thought it was two people. They say it's one. Jack Nicholson said it perfect. You can't handle the truth. Exactly. Exactly. And these people, they want you gone if they disagree with you, man. Free speech is under attack in the UK by the government. They have created the online safety bill under the guise of protecting kids. It is aimed at censoring and restricting free speech and dissent. You know what? While you're here, Jay, we're about to watch this. This channel right here, this girl does good work. Her name is Angela Rose. First of all, let me give you the link to the first video we watched. Let me give you the link to that one. That's the Bitcoin podcast. And then this link right here is to the video we're about to watch now. And exactly what J-Dog is talking about that's going on in the UK. Our mother country, right? This is where we got it from. So check it out. Our deals from them.
Here at the largest free speech festival. Today, the world is also celebrating and remembering the life of Charlie Kirk.
Charlie's family, we all pray for you.
With the assassination of Charlie Kirk, how do you guys perceive that?
Oh, you reap what you sow, don't you? Peddle
You see?
hate, you peddle gun violence.
No one deserves to get killed. I mean,
Now again, the quote unquote right wing of London or the UK or whatever it is over there, basically the freedom people are having a nice time being patriotic, saying, hey, we're nice, and then look at the lefties coming over acting like idiots. It's always about the kids when totalitarianism is being enforced in stealth mode. Yep. Yeah. And look how these idiots act. Look how they're acting.
It's crazy. We're just journalists and they're all calling us Nazis.
When people stop talking, that's when you get violence.
What does the sign say?
hey, we just got beer on us.
And it was peaceful until the other side came. They stopped us from being able to hear the speeches.
Policeman's come with a battle, hit him 3 times in the head when he can't move. Sent him away bleeding, blood everywhere. I got it on me.
That's when civil war happens.
Just pure brutality. People ain't got no rights to talk.
In the UK, 30 people a day are arrested for offensive social media posts in the UK.
We came all the way here to see Tommy Robinson speak, and instead we are being separated as the police protect the little anti-racist protesters that are here.
What do you see as the biggest threat to free expression in higher education today?
The left.
Yep. The left. Free speech and education. The biggest threat to that.
protesters that are
What
here.
do you see as the biggest threat to free expression in higher education today?
The left.
We are here with
Adventure Elliott, guys. How's it going? Wisconsin represent. We're here to support free speech with our British brothers. As you can see, we have same color flags. This is just as important to us as it is to everyone here.
My country, America, became great as it is because of what we inherited from you, from Britain.
And I don't mind.
Yes, we are a spawn of Britain, right? Not everything. The police allowed these counter protesters and were deliberately steered towards the main protest. Yeah, police wanted trouble so they could shut it down. Yeah, they let the left do what they want. Again, guys, we're in a war, man. We're in a war against these people, and we have to shut down this bullshit peacefully. The woke stuff.
Immigration, that's fine. I'm against invasion. And that's what I feel it is at the moment. Enough is enough.
Free speech is important because without it, we can't share our ideas without turning to violence. What we saw this week with Charlie Kirk is like a massive example of that. If we don't have free speech, yeah, things are just going to dissolve into violence, and that's the last thing we want.
This is for our children. We have to fight back against people that want to take over this country. I don't feel safe on the streets. You know, when you walk out at night, there's people gawking at you. They make you feel unsafe. I mean, look at Charlie Kirk. Look what happened a couple of days ago. It's awful. It's terrible. It's abhorrent what they've done to him just because he spoke his mind and he spoke his opinion. We all have opinions. We're entitled to that as Americans, as British people. But when you have a two-tier justice system, when people put Facebook posts up and then get put in jail for that, rapists are out on the streets. They've committed far worse crimes and they get released. No one should be killed for their opinion. You know, when you kill someone, you take a life. That's a son, that's a father, that's a husband.
Instead of agreeing that political violence is wrong, the left is now trying to make it seem like Tyler Robinson, the 22-year-old who murdered Charlie Kirk, was actually a right-winger. They are doing this by making false claims that he voted for Trump and also editing him wearing a Trump shirt and making it seem like this Halloween costume is supposed to be a positive one. But now it is coming out that his roommate was a transgender, and also Tyler used all of
again the mental jujitsu these people are going to have to do to try to convince the normies that this guy was a far right person doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, we see your comments, brother. We see him, Backpacker. Yep. Yeah, we see him, brother.
the typical liberal phrases.
Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" ! Catch! !
And I knew from word of mouth from coworkers that he was not fond of Trump or Charlie.
Will we be gagged any longer, Britain? Send them back! Send them back! Send them back!
What is something that you could say that you're not supposed to say?
You can stick your Palestine up your ass!
We are constantly told that we are not allowed a voice in our own country, and it's not fair anymore. We're not racist. We're not racist. We just want our own people to be heard.
Our free speech is under attack in these countries because everything we need to happen for us is getting done for other people, but not for our own kind.
What's something that you would say that you're not supposed to say?
But that's the whole point of free speech. Just because someone doesn't like what I've got to say, they've got to get on with their life.
Charlie Kirk's death. He held a microphone. They couldn't shut down his speech, so they had to shut down his mic. It was not fair.
Evil, man. Evil personified. All right, we're going to do some spins here. I planned on being here for an hour, not this long. But we'll do some spins. I'll watch a little bit of this next video, and then we'll give away Jenny and Fanny and Backpackers 1,000 sats. GOW, what's up, brother? Yes, Backpacker. What's up? What's up, bro? How are you? I don't think Megla Media is even here, man. He won, but I don't think he Mego Media, you here, brother? Because you never say anything on that second win. If you're here, I'll give it to you, but if not, I got to take you off and do it again. LOL. Digital Age Act Canada has Bill C-216. I watched this Canadian lawyer who said he wants to call in and fight it and said, we all should too. We all should too. Digital Age Act Canada. Okay. Yes, my kids jump on. Jay Rummer. And Jay Rummer, yes, my kids jump on. I'm here. Okay, got you, brother. Got you. All right, let's spin for block 700. Backpacker. Okay, let's turn on some more of this video because my watch says I have to stand up. So let me stand up for a minute. I'll be right back.
It was a martyr of free speech. He was a martyr of open discussion and debate. He was a martyr of Christianity and family values. And he had to die. It's just everyone making jokes of this. It's just, well, because you lot are not human, you're demonic.
We are the minority of where we are. Every single one of us works. We all pay tax. All of our taxes are getting paid to immigrants in 100%. Hotels. They go days out, hotels.
Britain was built for our ancestors. Yeah. We built this country through blood, sweat, and tears. Our country. We give American values. If it wasn't for us, you would not have a country. We gave you every single value you have.
From my perspective, Britain is one of the greatest countries in the history of the world. When I hear the slogan, "Make America Great Again," I'm also hearing, quote, "Return America to its British roots."
Myself, like so many other people, have traveled across the world to fight for free speech, making up more than 1 million people in attendance today.
R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, we love you. God bless America. God bless Great Britain. We're doing this for everyone around the world. When you assassinate our main leaders and our speakers, we are coming for you.
The illegals need deported. Stand Up for Racism, which is like a big organization.
Wow. Completely agree, man. Backpacker. Gang, gang, backpacker. Gang, gang, back. Congratulations, backpacker. Good game, Mega. Yep. Well said to all those gentlemen and ladies out there. I'm on their side. That's what Make America Great means. All right, 701. Again, he wasn't a far-right dude, man. He's a moderate. He was a moderate. Jay Remmer. Is Jay Remmer here? Jay Remmer here. Let me know, please, and thank you. Yep, I'm here. Okay, got you, brother. Congratulations on block 701. Let's do 702. Jay Remmer back to back? Yes. Thanks, Em. No doubt. Let's do 703, and then we're going to watch a video on how the woke got started. Holler. Holler, congratulations.
Nobody in your life has showed you active disdain, you're not stacking hard enough. If you are still invited to a family Thanksgiving, you're not stacking hard enough. If you're made fun of for brown bagging your lunch, you're not stacking hard enough. If your car is younger than Bitcoin, you're not stacking hard enough. If somebody hasn't called you a retard in your life, you're not stacking hard enough. You're just not stacking hard enough.
I am not stacking hard enough. I'm not. Congratulations, Holler. As you can imagine, the UK legacy media barely reported it and gave false attendances, etc. Yeah, my friends there said it was between 500K to 1 million. These people are evil, man. These people are absolutely sick. And the mainstream media is sick, man. They really are, bro. She says thank you and loves you playing this video. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. She's welcome. She is so welcome. All right, now let's watch this video here. This is from Forgotten History. Dark Woke, the ideology that hijacked a generation. Forgotten History. And I didn't watch the whole thing yet. Here's the link to it, so you can watch it on your own. Hey, Holler, does not eating lunch at all count as stacking hard enough? Oh, that's definitely stacking hard enough. Yeah, that's hard enough. That's right. Well, stacking hard enough, excuse me. So without further ado, speed it up a little bit. Let's get on into it.
So even though
we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
Take me off, Jerry. Gotta go to work. Love y'all. Okay, man. Thank you, Jack, for the big donation, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, bro. Happy Sunday, ex-Duat. Jor, what's up, man? Ex-Fiat slaves. Jor for the score. What's up, bro? Jor, we just got done watching a hell of a video with American Hodl and all those guys. They're talking about Charlie Kirk and all this other stuff, man. Listen, it's getting real out here, man. He was saying white men are under attack in the world, and I agree with him. Straight white males are under attack. Hey, Jor, good to see you, Jor. Jenny, you stack really hard from Holler. Jor in the house. 88 SAS Radio. Hi. Yeah, you coming on the back end of the show, Jor. But thanks for coming in, bro. Appreciate it.
Live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. That my four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
This was the America I grew up believing in. Not perfect, but getting better. Moving towards unity, towards fairness, where character mattered more than color. I truly believe that. But then the words changed. Justice became judgment, and what united us now divides us. And nobody's asking why. Not long ago, woke meant raising awareness.
Angel, what's up, brother? How are you, young man? Good to see you. Let me put you on the wheel. He said something very good there. Angel Jerry's #1 fan. Good to see you. Let me rewind that part real quick.
Why? Not long ago, woke meant raising awareness and pushing for change. But now a darker strain has emerged. Angrier, bolder, willing to use fear, force, even violence to get its way. They call it justice. Others call it intimidation. This is dark woke, a militant cousin of the woke culture, where hashtags give way to bricks. And a disagreement can cost you your job, your reputation, or even worse. So how did the call for equality become a tool for control? And who's really pulling the strings? If fear replaces debate, is this still activism or the rise of a new authoritarianism? When violence and intimidation are rebranded as justice, where does that road end? Let's try and find out.
Hello, I'm Mike Joberg, Marine Corps veteran and filmmaker, and we will try to answer these questions on today's episode of Forgotten History.
Dark woke. That's what it's become. It went from basically wake up to the lies and all this other stuff. And then they just changed it. They just changed it and they keep getting darker and darker and darker, guys, these people.
In the world I grew up in, Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't just a figure in a textbook. He was the moral compass. His dream wasn't controversial. It was the goal. We were told to treat people the same, no matter their race. Color blindness wasn't ignorance. It was decency. And the best way to overcome racism was to stop obsessing over race. Through the late 20th century, it felt like we were closing that gap. From the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to school integration, from workplace anti-discrimination laws to seeing people of every background working side by side. The barriers weren't all gone, but they were falling. By the 1990s and early 2000s, you could feel it. The idea that America could truly become a meritocracy didn't seem far-fetched. People were judged more by their ability and work ethic than the color of their skin. Even politics occasionally found moments of unity, from the fall of the Berlin Wall to shared national pride in moments of crisis, to the election of the U.S.'s first black president, Barack Obama. Woke began in that era.
Yeah, woke began when we got our first black president. Then all of a sudden, white people are racist and white people are white supremacists. When we had our first black president, which, by the way, he won 2 terms. That's what I always say to these idiots out here, these black people. I say, how is this country racist when we had a black president? Because America is a predominantly white country, last time I checked. So that means a bunch of white people voted for him. So you tell me. They never can. They're stupid.
As a simple warning, call to stay awake to injustice. It was grassroots, local, and focused on real, tangible change, housing discrimination, police abuse, and unfair labor practices. But the meaning began to shift, slowly at first, then all at once. In universities, new theories took root, ideas that divided society into permanent categories of oppressor and oppressed, where your group identity mattered more than your actions or your character. And once those ideas left the universities, they didn't stay in academic journals. They began appearing in corporate boardrooms, in school lesson plans, and government policy. That's when woke began to evolve, or mutate, into something else. Something louder. Something that would stop asking for change and start demanding it by any means necessary. The shift from stay awake to injustice to divide the world by identity didn't happen overnight. It was built in the classrooms, publishing houses, and social media feeds. In the late 20th century, academic theories like the critical race theory and intersectionality existed mostly on campus. They were niche, debated by professors and grad students. But over time, those ideas escaped the seminar room and began filtering into popular culture. Authors like Ibram X. Kendi became household names.
Can't stand this guy. He's one of the biggest race hustlers in America. I cannot stand this man. You talking about an actor? This man is pure evil, in my opinion. He spits all that nonsense. He's up there sitting with Roly-Poly Martin.
Book, How to Be an Anti-Racist, didn't just sell millions of copies, it reframed the conversation. According to Kendi, there's no such thing as not racist. You're either actively anti-racist or you're part of the problem. It was a simple, absolutist message, tailor-made for the social media era.
You talked about the importance of defining racism. How do you define racism?
Sure. So racism, I would define it as a collection of racist policies that lead to racial inequity that are substantiated by racist ideas.
This man is a definition of these people make me sick. Did you hear what this mother... It's reset Sunday. I gotta chill. I really can't stand people like this. Did you hear that? And he sounds all articulate and smart. These people make me sick.
Of racist policies.
How do you define racism?
Sure. So racism, I would define it as a collection of racist policies that lead to racial inequity that are substantiated by racist ideas.
So AKA buzzwords and platitudes. Again, what racist policies? What policies in America that allow me to be a victim of racism or whatever that I can't do that a white man can do? And they never can name them. They never can name them. My homeboy, I have a very good friend that almost looks like this dude and thinks just like him. And I debate this dude all the time. He's blocked me now. He don't want to talk to me anymore because I completely destroy his ass every time we talk. And he spits the same bullshit this man is speaking right now.
Circular reasoning, very enlightening. Kendi's framework left no room for neutrality, and corporations took notice. HR departments, school districts, government agencies began hosting mandatory trainings based on similar principles. In these sessions, identity wasn't just part of your story. It defined your moral standing. Then came the...
That's when the indoctrination came in, ladies and gentlemen. Teach you that the white man is bad. Again, when you're a victim, when they make you a victim, guess what you need as a victim? You need a bad person, number one, that is the evil villain. And number two, you need somebody to save you. Because you're a victim. I need somebody to save me from this evil person. And this is what I try to tell people. Don't be a fucking victim. What's up, Rudy? Hi, Rudy. Hey, Emily. How are you? Don't ever be a victim, man.
It defined your moral standing. Then came the media amplification. Social networks rewarded outrage, and the new language of wokeness became the default vocabulary for journalists, activists, and celebrities. The more divisive the message, the more clicks and shares it got. Corporations, sensing both opportunity and risk, jumped in. They rebranded themselves as champions of equity, not equality. The difference was subtle, but important. Equality meant everyone played by the same rules. Equity meant adjusting the rules.
Domino guy, welcome in. How are you? Are you a Bitcoiner? Late but never denied. Hello, everyone. Hey, man, how are you? Let me put you on the wheel. What is it? TR. Yes. Man, you got to come up with a different name than that, man. Hey, how are you? Rizna Santezo? The bad guy is the same guy funding the self-claiming good guys. Go figure. Exactly. Bitcoin all day, every day. Okay, let me put you on the wheel, man. Exactly, Sen. Exactly. Let me put Domino guy on here. How are you? Welcome in. I'm going to put you on the wheel of Satoshi. And then, sorry, guys. We're going to get back to the video. That's why I sent it to you so you can watch it on your own as well. We got to give you a nickname, man. I'm just going to call you TRV, bro. For now. And then this young lady, Rizna, how are you? Good to have you, man. We love the ladies here. Are you a Bitcoiner, Rizna? The man guy is the same guy funding the self-claiming good guys. Go figure. Yep. Bitcoiner all day, every day. Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you? Put me on that wheel, Jerry. I got you, brother. I put you on. Just type TRVS when you see me. Okay. TRVS. Gotcha. Thank you. Haha. I want to join, brother. No doubt. I got you. IP config. How are you, sir? Good to see you. All right, we cooking now. We cooking, guys. We're cooking right now. IP config. Not going to be here too long, though, guys, because it's a Sunday. Early stream. Let's go. Hey, man, how are you? Damn. When they come, don't they? Salah? Good. Cool. Domino guy, TRV. Yeah. Hello, Rizna. Social media and AI has warp speed this as well. Makes things move lightning fast. Yep. Exactly. Only thing I know about good guys is the Chucky movies. He was a good guy's doll. Yes. TRV. Did any of you guys join from Noster? Yay, new people. How did you find this awesome channel? Thank you. I renamed my username, brother. Oh, what were you before? We stacking sats today, baby. Yes. My old username is Riznanenak. Okay. Cool. Are you a male or a female? I can't tell. You're a female, right? Hello, Emily. I don't know if you just have a female picture. It looks like a female picture, but I don't know. Hello, Emily. All right, let's keep it going. Matter of fact, let's do some spins since we got some new people here. 703. Let's do 704 and 705. I did not expect to be here this long. Secura. Congratulations. Yes, I am. Okay. Did you have a different picture on there? Welcome all. Good to have you. Sure is. Thank you guys so much for coming in. GOW daughter just won. Let's see if we can win 705. We'll get back to the video. Samantha. All right.
The difference was subtle, but important. Equality meant everyone played by the same rules. Equity meant adjusting the rules to engineer equal outcomes. Backed by powerful asset managers like BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, controlling over $9 trillion, companies that hit diversity.
Oh, look at that. Did you guys hear that? BlackRock? It ain't just about Bitcoin, guys. Listen what BlackRock's doing.
Backed by powerful asset managers like BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, controlling over $9 trillion. Companies that hit diversity and inclusion benchmarks scored better environmental, social, and governance.
They flooded the zone, AKA. They have flooded the zone with this nonsense. And you got to ask yourself, why? Why would they do this, guys? I mean, we know why. We can't say it here. And what side of the aisle pushes this the most, you think? I don't know. You tell me, guys.
ESG ratings. Higher ratings and access to billions of investment capital.
Michael, how are you, sir? Good to see you, man. Welcome back, Em. I'll put you on the wheel, all right? Good to see you, Michael Yost.
So companies began changing hiring policies, adopted activist language, and enforced DEI training, not to boost productivity, but to stay in the good graces of the investors, controlling the largest capital flows on Earth.
This is why they did everything they could to make sure Trump couldn't come back in office. Because as you can see, not only is Trump dismantling the woke stuff, not only on college campuses that push it the most by not funding them, but also he's getting rid of DEI and getting rid of the transgender, there's more than two gender shit. One of the first thing he said on the day he was sworn in was what? There's only two genders. Can you imagine 10 years ago, somebody saying a president is going to come on stage after he gets sworn in and have to tell the nation there's only two fucking genders? This is crazy, man. Wow, I was behind by 2.5 minutes. Thanks. No doubt, Samantha. I got you, honey. Almost got ran off the road yesterday. My dad had to drift on the highway with my little sis in the car just to stay on the road. Oh my gosh. Sorry to hear that, man. We all good though. Okay, good. Praise the Lord, man. Praise the Lord.
What started as an economic debate has become a global corporate standard. And with money, media, and political influence behind it, woke culture wasn't just an idea anymore. It was policy. But as it spread, something else began to grow alongside it. A more aggressive, militant strain that didn't just want to influence the system, it was more.
Sin says, Butler dude featured in a crack rock commercial. Charlie's assassin had funded by crack rock. Oh, I didn't know that. The Finkster leading the Wefties now, buying all of BTC, pushing tokenization. ETH. Yeah. But it's all separate, and it has nothing to do with each other. Right? We can't talk about this stuff. We just got to focus on Bitcoin. That's what they tell me. Just focus on Bitcoin. Don't worry about all the other stuff. Bitcoin will fix everything today. It will not. Read what Sin just wrote here, man. Oh, dang, Michael. Glad you're all okay. Good points, Sin, as always.
It was policy. But as it spread, something else began to grow alongside it. A more aggressive, militant strain that didn't just want to influence the system. It wanted to confront, dismantle, and if necessary, burn it down. Every moment needs fuel. For dark woke, that fuel isn't just anger. It's money, influence, and power. And when every major corporation you deal with, your bank, your grocery store, your streaming service, is using the same playbook, it stops feeling like a choice. It becomes the default culture. And while the corporate side can pull back when political winds change, like what BlackRock has recently done, quietly dropping DEI language from its reports under pressure, the militant wing doesn't just pause. It keeps pushing harder and louder. Dark woke isn't a corporate slogan or diversity seminar. It's the one that doesn't want a seat at the table. It wants to flip the table over. This is where peaceful protests give way to direct confrontation. Federal buildings vandalized, streets blocked, and yes, ICE agents dodging rocks and boulders. It's the side that sees fear as a tool and
Sorry. What they're going to do now, Trump is about to bring in the National Guard to Memphis, Tennessee, a red state. Thank you, Sin. A red state, because this is what the Democrats want. Why don't you go to red states, even though most of the crime in America are in liberal, mostly black cities? That's just the way it is. So what will they say? What do you think they'll say? Oh, you're racist for that. We don't want the National Guard. Just throw us some more money, they'll say. Give us more money. Give Democrats more money. Again, man, oh my God. I feel everything is political because they force themselves into anything and everything that they do not need to be in. Yeah. Ever since Donald Trump came down that escalator, that's the world we live in. And we have to deal with the world we live in. And in order to have a better world, we can't just fix the money. We have to fix the ideals, right? We have to fix this country at the base layer and get back to the Constitution and what our founding fathers wanted. Get back to decency and God, if that's what you want to believe in, right? Love your family, love thy neighbor, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, whatever that happiness is to you. They need to be in it because there is fiat-driven profit in it. Exactly. They politicize everything, man. Type shit, man. Yeah. What's up, guy? Hey, Frankie, how are you, sir? Good to see you, man. It's NFL Sunday, too, so I ain't going to keep y'all long. You just remind me of that picture. How you doing, Frankie? Wash your hands. Hey, come here. You know better than that. Go wash your hands. I know you watched the movie. We'll rewind it. And good to see you, Frankie. Happy Sunday, yes. Hi, Frank. All of this comes down to the broken money, folks. Yep. The money printer. The evilness. The war machine. Let's not lose sight of that. Exactly. Exactly. I'm in church. Preach it, Jerry. This ain't church, man. This ain't church. Absolutely, son. Absolutely. It's all because of the broken money. If you get rid of the incentives and get us on a real money, it keeps everybody in line. You know what I mean? Hello, everyone. Lauren, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. How are you? Well, I thought I was going to have a short stream, but looks like, of course, people start coming in when I'm about to want to leave. Good to see you, Lauren. How are you, man? I plan on coming out here for 1 hour, man. I don't think I've ever made a 1 hour stream. I just can't do it. Yes, sir, Sensei. Doing great. Was visiting the fam this afternoon. That's what's up, man. Hi, Lauren Stern. Hi, Lauren. Lauren Stern, boom. Lauren Stern, boom. Hey, Lauren. Jared. Hey, Sadie, how are you? I'm going to put you on the wheel too, Sadie. Good to see you, man. Welcome back in. We're learning about wokeness and stuff like that. It was crazy what they did to Charlie. Wasn't it, Sadie? It was just absolutely evil. Frank, you heard the new ad with Ryan Reynolds? LMAO, he's cooked. He was going to try to print $15 bills to fund the ad. No, I didn't see it. Sadie, I did not see that. You guys can thank Fanny for him staying in longer. And you, by the way. I know, it was terrible, Sadie. We're talking about the woke culture right now, the dark woke.
Streets blocked. And yes, ICE agents dodging rocks and boulders. It's the side that sees fear as a tool and intimidation as justice. Online, it operates like a swarm.
This is why the left always talks about January 6th. MSNBC, CNN, the Clown News Network, CNN, the Clown News Network, the Crime News Network, the Clinton News Network, the Cancel Now Network. That's what I like to call them. This is why they just constantly push January you know what. Because the amount of damage that Black Lives Matter has done in this country, Antifa has done, the Palestine protesters have done, the Roe v. Wade protesters, and God knows what else is going to happen. What happens, God forbid that somebody on the left gets hurt. Not the equivalent to Charlie Kirk, but somebody like that. What do you think will happen, man? There'll be billions of dollars of damage and lives lost, and people will never be the same. Look what Black Lives Matter did with the George Floydification, I call it, of this country. Look what they did. They went to black neighborhoods and burnt down black neighborhoods. What sense does that make, man? You think these people are going to listen to you about Bitcoin? What, buddy? Okay, I'm gonna turn on another show. Okay. Government to control the mind and the news is to create fear in the world, but it's all real, for real. And then what happened on January 6th? What did we find out? We found out that the police opened the doors for people. We found out there were people dressed up as you-know-what agents. Agents dressed up as regular people. The one guy that was telling everybody to come in. How is it? And I ask people all the time. This is what I say to people when I'm talking to them about insurrection. I say, can you tell me what an insurrection is? Because they don't know what an insurrection is. What is it? Did they try to overthrow the government? They went up there for a couple hours and then went home with no guns. So how is that an insurrection? Can you explain that to me? Just because they say the word to you over and over and over again don't mean that's what it is. You think these kind of people are going to listen to you about Bitcoin? No, they're not. What has BLM accomplished other than building a bunch of mansions for the organizers? Exactly. Build large mansions. That's what it stands for. BLM. These people make me sick. These people are evil. And people still give money to these fucking people, man. Those brick drop-offs, though. Yeah, exactly. Right? We can't say that, though. You can't tell the truth, Sin. They'll rob and cry and say the world is against them. Pure destruction. Damn it, autocorrect. It's all good. More like an insider's election. Bill Lar mentioned. That's what it is. And these people are evil, man. These people make me sick. We are at war right now with this nonsense. Sin, yes. Don't give me this Bitcoin ain't political. And that Charlie Kirk's death doesn't matter. Oh, just move on. Don't worry about it. Let's just focus on Bitcoin. Absolutely not, man. This is the turning point for me. Let me play this part for you again. This is what American Hodl said. I'm going to play this for you guys. I'm going to show you what American Hodl said for those of you that didn't see it. Take a look.
As tragic as what happened to Kirk, I fucking venerate and honor and respect him, and he will go down in glory as a man in the history of America at a time when things were dark, who was courageous enough to stand up and speak truth to power.
Charlie Kirk is like a white Martin Luther King Jr. You know, I mean, he literally is a martyr. He's an American hero.
This was a cultural assassination, which is a hell of a step. And the number of people supporting it is just quite incredible.
To be clear, like, people that engage in this kind of violence are such fucking losers that they could never actualize any form of meaningful dialogue in any way to actually get attention in the same way that it could have any substantial impact on the world. So this is their last thing that they do. Is like a child lashing out against a parent who says, go to your room. They engage in a hissy fit and a meltdown.
Any father who's worth his salt saw the videos of Kirk with his children and immediately realized that he was a great father. He was a great husband. He was a good man. You know, so I'm not willing.
To all the fathers out there and grandfathers, because it's very difficult for someone that doesn't have children to completely understand. I know some people, love their nieces and nephews and stuff like that. I'm not saying you don't have compassion, but it's very difficult for someone that doesn't have kids to understand that, right? This man got shot in front of his kids and his wife, and everybody saw it. And the man was good, and he just got shot for his beliefs, and they disagree with him and the lies that the mainstream media told. We have to stop this, man. We are at war against these people, man.
To sit here and listen to that fucking bullshit from people or both sides of this thing. No, this is a leftist ideology thing. These people want you dead. They want you erased. It's like, get this through your fucking head. You as a straight white man in America are the only thing standing between them and total domination of the entire world. A global slave system. Okay?
First of all, I don't like the way they're just sitting there and not nodding their heads. These four white men, because they're under attack. You white males are under attack in America. That is the truth. I'm sorry. Okay? That's the truth. And I've been saying this for 3 days. I've been saying it before that. But it's the truth. And I don't care what color you are. Racism is racism. Black people can be racist. Don't give me this white people can't be racist. Black people can't be racist. Only white people can be racist. There is a reason why they're trying to take out white men in America and in other countries. Why do you think that is?
That's why you're the group that they hate the most. And if they want you to stop speaking, you need to speak 10 times louder. It's just that simple. Fuck these people.
This idea of Bitcoin being the third way politically is really important because it's a disengagement through technology in the most radical way of nonviolence. And more people are going to have to find a harbor here, specifically because of what Bitcoin offers and how it technologically disables violence in this most direct form.
They're going to want to kill you, and they're going to want to take your shit. Mm-hmm. They are going to want your children to grow up without a father.
We're still going to have to hold the line on this. Like in 10 years.
Again, these guys are major Bitcoiners, and they don't talk about politics and people like Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump. Okay? The world has changed now. Again, this is the equivalent, and I'm sorry, and I'm a black man saying this. This is the equivalent of the modern day Martin Luther King passing away. Because a lot of people hated Martin Luther King back in the day. He's revered now, but trust me, he went through it back then. You know what I'm saying? You can tell the truth. They just don't like it because it goes against them. Yes, yes. The U.S. left, a.k.a. the original BRICS nation. That's right, Sin. Sin. He is so damn smart. On 100, he will forever be known for speaking his mind. Yes, the world has changed now, guys. We knew these people were evil, right? We knew that, but not to this extent. I didn't even know that. And I'm into this shit. I did not know they would relish and celebrate a man with 2 children and a wife and love God. They're celebrating this man's death. We cannot have that, man. It hit hard. I couldn't even imagine, Jerry. I couldn't. Can you imagine that, man? But both sides, though. Again, Republicans will not do this. I'm sorry. And I hate to be Republican and Democrat shit, but the people on the right won't do that. I don't agree a lot with Republicans. And I'm not a Republican, by the way. But they wouldn't do this if Cenk Uygur got shot or somebody equivalent on the left. There'll be the fringe that would talk about it, but not the majority of them. And we condemn them for doing that. I would never, ever celebrate the death of somebody on the left. And I don't like those people over there. If something happened to Jasmine Crockett or stupid-ass AOC or something like that, I wouldn't celebrate that because somebody loves them. All you got to do is look at a funeral. As much as you hate somebody, look at a funeral. That's somebody's daughter, husband, son, whatever. Screaming at the ones we love, we forget who we can trust. Exactly. I have to head out. Good night, everyone. It's my mother's birthday. Okay, tell mom we said happy birthday, man. Good to see you, Ralph. Very good to see you, brother. Have a good one, sir. Thank you for coming in, Ralph. Appreciate you, man. All right, we ain't going to be here too long, guys. Screaming at the top of your lungs on the grounds where we feel safe. Yes. I know I'll get hate for this, but I think they have shit stirrers hired to stir the shit and make things worse, just like we had in the crowd on that day. For us, does not all excuse what they do at a. You're absolutely right, bro. Of course they do. Let's go to war by nothing more. Yeah. American Huddle said something really good in this video, and I sent to you guys the link. He said the left has a volume switch. It's always on. What did he say? It was so good. He said it's so eloquent. He said the violence is always on. It's either on low or turn it up high. But the Republican on the right, it's either on and off switch. Like the violence is mostly off, but then when you fuck with them, fuck it. After a while, they turn it on, and when it gets turned on, it's over. But the Democrats always have it on. They're always doing violence, but they just turned it up on Charlie Kirk. Killed a man in cold blood, man. Just trying to be realistic when I argue looking at both sides. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Have a good birthday with your mom, Ralph. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's get back to the Dark Woke video.
Step out of line, and the mob descends, doxing your address, harassing your family, swamping your employer with demands to fire you. Offline, he shows up at your home or workplace, cameras rolling, ready to make an example of you. For Dark Woke, there's no middle ground. Disagreement is treated as violence. Silence is complicity. And that absolutism doesn't just target its enemies. It can turn on its allies who don't move fast enough or parrot the right slogans. The danger isn't just the chaos it creates in the streets, but in the way it accelerates cultural division. It pushes people further into corners, some doubling down on the ideology out of fear, while others...
The left is so stupid. George Floyd was a criminal. He was a criminal. He brought in a $20 bill to the store, a fake $20 bill, a counterfeit $20 bill. Now, again, I'm not saying he deserved to die, but according to the autopsy, he died of drugs. Now, I'm not saying the guy's knee on his neck helped him. Okay, I don't believe that was the only factor that did it. I don't know. Dang, did my comment get censored? I don't know. I didn't see it. Probably. And they said when he said I can't breathe. He was saying that in the truck, in the back of the police car. He was saying I can't breathe. In the back of the police car, he was saying it. They didn't show that video till later, just like the January 6th, where they didn't show the police opening up the side doors and letting people in, or looking like they were walking through, looking like they were touring. They just showed the mass hysteria that the people started, of course. But again, nobody got shot like they said. It was a different way, and I can't say that here on YouTube. And George Floyd wasn't a good guy. They built this man a gold casket, George Floyd, and tricked all these black people and all these white liberals out here to thinking that George Floyd was a victim. George Floyd robbed a house. He did a home invasion and put a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach. That's what you building a gold casket for, and statues and memorials for? That guy? These people make me sick, man. Cindy the maybe. I did not see Lauren's long comment. Man, my man got the tank top on. About to be a good show. Thank you, Fat Luther Vandross. How you doing, man? Censored comment alert. They've been doing that. Fat Luther Vandross. How you doing, man? What a name. Good to see you, my brother. Put you on the wheel of Satoshi. Very good to see you. Let's see. What a name, too. Fat Luther Vandross. Let's okay, we're all caught up with the spins. Yeah, they're always censoring. Let's get back to the video.
Rejecting it so hard they won't engage in discussion of justice at all. However, in 2025, DEI is no longer just under fire. It's being stripped piece by piece.
Sharper was if only one. Fat Luther Vandross. Luther was a man. Yes, he is. Sharper, how you doing, man? Good to see you, my boy. Sharper. Dan Soar, my man. Good to see you, man. How are you? We're just we're cruising. Hope everybody is well. We are, man. Lots of censored comments today. Yeah, I better chill out, man. I better chill out. Guess you doesn't like my comparison to straight white fathers and straight black fathers. Well, I can only imagine what you said, sir. Good, brother. Hope you are too. I am, Sharper. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Peace. At the federal level, Trump's second-term executive orders have wiped government DEI programs clean. Executive Order 14151 labeled these efforts radical and wasteful, ordering the dissolution of DEI offices, contract cancellations, and even the erasure of DEI language from federal websites and training programs. Executive Order 14173 goes even further, resuscitating merit-based hiring and rescinding the civil rights.
Yeah, we got an extra 1,000 sats to give out. 500 from the Backpacker family and Fanny, and 1,000 and 500 from Jenny. So what I think I'm gonna do is 5 spins for 200 sats apiece. So we'll do it like that.
Error, Executive Order 11246. The political pressure isn't limited to the government. Corporations are feeling it too. Brands like Meta, Walmart, and Target have rolled back diversity initiatives under scrutiny and frequently rebranded their inclusivity efforts as belonging culture or people engagement to avoid overt political backlash. Some have even eliminated DEI floors altogether.
Is it effective? No. In fact, it seems to be doing worse. It seems to be making people less likely to interact with people who are unlike them, because it's like a minefield now. Less likely to interact. After a training where you hear things about microaggressions, if you ask somebody what they do for a living, somehow that's racist, right? If you learn that, then why would you take a chance?
I better not talk to Eric because I might say something wrong.
Precisely.
I mean, you heard what Van Jones said the other day. The microaggressions. They're teaching in these classes. They're teaching that white men have, again, the white man's the enemy. The white men have microaggressions that'll cause you to get messed up. Because again, you're a victim. And I played for you the other day what Van Jones said. Let me see if I can find that again. Van Jones is a piece of shit, boy. Got it up here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Here it is. This is what Van Jones is telling on national TV about white people. Take a look.
In his or her brain. So even the most liberal, well-intentioned white person has a virus in his or her brain that can be activated at an instant. And so what you're seeing now is a curtain falling away. And those of us who have been burdened by this every minute, every second of our entire lives.
Who's been burdened by that every minute, every second of their lives? Van Jones. I argue with these people all the time. Did you hear what this man said? Did you hear what he said?
Even the most liberal, well-intentioned white person.
Basically, what he's saying is white liberals are good. They're the good guys. The Republican, MAGA, conservative, right-wing men are the racist guys. But even the good liberals, even the good white men, the liberals, the good guys, even them, he says.
Even the most liberal, well-intentioned white person has a virus in his or her brain that can be activated at an instant. And so what you're seeing now is a curtain falling away. And those of us who have been burdened by this every minute, every second of our entire lives are fragile right now.
AKA, you're a victim. You are a victim because these white evil men are the cause of everything, of all your problems, even though we had a black president for 2 terms. Van Jones is the biggest bitch I've ever seen. Have I ever met Van Jones in person? Oh, man. I would love to debate Van Jones. Love to debate him. I would call his bougie ass out. He's a multi-millionaire. These guys. Isn't it funny how the multi-millionaire black men are telling you that black people are victims? They're making money off of that shit. I call them the race hustlers. Good luck, everyone. Yes. This is Jerry Loves Freedom. Every spin is a big spin. Yes. Crying Van. Exactly. Hello. Hope you and the family are doing well. Hey, all. Jay, what's up, my boy? Good to see you, man. How are you? Put you on the wheel. Good to see you, brother. Van is the personification of liberal tears. Yeah, he is a bitch. Straight up. Reverse the role and the streets would have been on fire. That's what I said. Look at Utah. Utah was very beautiful. Nice. No, everybody praying and crying. If Cenk Uygur or anybody in the left, prominent left, boy, they'd be billions of dollars worth of stuff. Hey, Jay. Wow, 3 of my comments didn't even make the chat block. I guess they are not happy. We are good. We are with Freedom Family. Prayers. Lawrence, I wouldn't be surprised if Charlie Kirk would be censored on YouTube comments one day. Yes. His is fragile, what I heard. Yes. Bougie. Yes. Keep everyone from talking to each other. What happens when the conversation stops? Yeah. Hey. Oh, I'm sure it's coming, Sharper. Yeah. Yep.
Altogether.
Is it effective? No. In fact, it seems to be doing worse. It seems to be making people less likely to interact with people who are unlike them, because it's like a minefield now. Less likely to interact. After a training where you hear things about microaggressions, if you ask somebody what they do for a living, somehow that's racist, right? If you learn that, then why would you take a chance?
I better not talk to Eric because I might say something wrong.
Precisely. So now inclusion means I'm going to silence myself and not talk to the black people.
The story of Dark Woke isn't just about protests in the street or hashtags on the corporate website. It's about the kind of country we hand to the next generation. In the rush to adopt language of justice, we replaced debate with dogma. We taught young people that disagreement isn't part of democracy, it's violence. That silence isn't neutrality, it's guilt. And once those lessons took hold, they're hard to unlearn. A generation raised to see every interaction through the lens of oppression and privilege will carry that mindset into the voting booth, the courtroom, and the boardroom. And so we come back to the central question. What happens when you teach a generation that power is taken, not earned? That fear is more effective than persuasion? That enemies are permanent and compromise is betrayal? Because once those rules become the default, it's not the politics that changes. It's the culture, the economy, the ability for people to even live together without constant suspicion. And here's the most dangerous part. That next generation is already being trained to see America not as a home to be proud of, but as an enemy to be dismantled. In the classrooms, history is reframed to focus only on our failures, stripped of the context of progress or redemption. Patriotism is painted as ignorance, and loyalty to the country is mocked as blind obedience. A nation can survive its arguments over policy, over elections, over leaders, but it cannot survive if its own children are taught to despise its foundation. Because once that belief is gone, so is the will to defend it, from enemies abroad or from rot within. If dark woke keeps spreading, the real divide won't be woke versus anti-woke. It'll be between those who believe control justifies anything and the rest of us fighting to remember what freedom and loyalty to our country truly means. Which side will you be on when that day comes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Thank you for
Great work. Let me put this link to this video again, as you can subscribe to their channel. Great work, man. Absolutely great. Let's see where we're at on the wheel. We got to fight against this. All right, we're all caught up with the spins. We're at 7:05. We're all caught up. So we're going to do 5 200 spins. 200 sat spins. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to call it a day. I really appreciate you guys being here, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jenny, and thank you, Fanny and Backpacker, for this. Very nice. Sakura. Got to be here for this. Virus brain. I have been researching parasites for some time. They are in a lot of things and in so much people's body and brain around the world. That is why some people are crazy. Yes, no doubt. Thank you for the live. Thank you for being here, man, Michael. I appreciate you saying that, man. Sakura, are you here? Yes, she is. 200 sats for you. Congrats. That's player 1 out of 5. Player 2, what's up? Look at that. First the daughter, now daddy. Congrats. DOW, I'm pretty sure you're here. Right? Yep. Have we ever done that back to back? Pineal glands are on. That's a first, right? Good game, GOW. Yep. Player 2, player 3, let's do it. Yeah, I didn't think so. Incredible. Jenny? You know Jenny's here. She's feeding the cats. Thank you, Jenny. 4th player, you're up. Looks like Fat Luther Vandross to me. Yay, poppin' kid. Yep. Fat Luther Vandross. Fat Luther Vandross. You still here? Fat Luther Vandross. Oh my God, these names, guys. These names. Yeah, like I said, man, this is Reset Sunday. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get back to our bearings. We're gonna get back to the base layer. Like we said, is God. Put God first in your life. That's something you believe in. Always spend time with your family. Work your ass off for your family. And love and protect and defend your country. You know what I mean? And spread the Bitcoin gospel. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Jen, Vanny Packer, and BTC Backpacker. Yes. Fat Luther Vandross, you still here? Going once, going twice? If not, I'll just take you off. Doesn't look like it. Let's do it again. I don't have his wallet anyway. Thanks for coming in. Angel. Angel. I know Angel's here. I ain't got to worry about that. Congrats, UW. I know who you are. LOL. Player 5. Congrats, Angel. Yep. Last player is Samantha. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. This was just a little impromptu, little get-together live, but just take it easy today, guys. And, remember, always put God first, your family and your country and Bitcoin. You know what I mean? That's just my ideals. I can't tell anybody what to do. And Bitcoin is important, but you have to put Bitcoin in the right part of your toolbox. You know what I'm saying? And right now, it's not the number one tool for me. Number one tool for me is make sure you're physically fit. Again, you got to get fit, burn as much fat as you can, walk around, get your body right. First, get your mind right. You know, put faith in God, put faith in your family, be a leader in your family. If you're a wife, you know, make sure you follow your husband and be a good mother, good person, good overall human being. You know what I mean? And that's what it all comes down to. But while we're fighting all this nonsense, we got to make sure that all the evilness is exposed, not just the woke, but also the evilness. 369 vibes. Thank you. And the evilness of also the money printer. And there's only one way, guys, to pay off the national debt, break the system, stop inflation. Mentally, spiritually, physically fit. Absolutely. I'm working on that, Sin. I'm working on that. Thank you for the healing today, Jerry. Bless you. No doubt. No doubt. Love you, Jerry. God bless. Love you too, Sadie. You know that. Congrats, Samantha. Yes. And there's only one way, guys, for the future as a base layer of money to get rid of this fiat currency because it's a broken, sinister system. And it's evil. It's evil. And just like I said in my Satoshi Saturday video, if you haven't seen that, go ahead and watch that. We are all Satoshi and we are all Charlie. Satoshi is Charlie and Charlie is Satoshi, and we're both of those. They're all in us, and every single day, with my desk or my chair and my microphone, like Charlie had with his every day, I'm going to sit here and talk to you guys and deliver not only the truth, but a heartfelt and things from my life, and also we're going to watch things that we don't want to watch sometimes, but we got to show and put light on the things that we disagree with, and we got to expose them. Good will conquer over evil, and truth will defeat lies. All right? The money of the future is coming. We have it, and you need to stack as much as you can of that today because it will set you free, and they will be building statues of you like they did Martin Luther King and Charlie Kirk in the future. All right? And then this money is the best money ever created. It's money that the government is supposed to be of the people, for the people, and by the people. And it'll set us free, break the chains of the slavery system, stop inflation, and pay off the national debt. And if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.